You know, not many people know this, but Barney, our deputy program director,
Right.
was quite the jock in high school.
No.
I'm not kidding. Big basketball player for Mayberry.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. In fact, he was a key player in that big state championship game back in '52. I remember it pretty well. It seems to me that it was... Gosh, I don't know.
It's a jam-packed evening here at Mayberry Convention Center. Standing room only. In basketball, I've estimated the crowd size here to be in the 60s. We're in the final minute of the game with defending state champs, Our Lady of the Perpetual Jock Itch, leading our Mayberry Nimnods by just 1 point. And here we go. Goober throws it into Goma. Goma gives it to Floyd. Floyd is calling out a signal to his teammates now.
23 red, Indiana.
Look out, things could get hairy. Floyd dribbled right in the lane. Dishes over to Goober. Goober, Floyd back door to the hoop. Goober lofts an alley-oop pass. Floyd goes airborne, palms it with one hand midair and slams it home. Wham, bam, slam. Oh, doctor.
The crowd howled with delight as Floyd took the Nimnods to a 1-point lead with just a minute left. And from the bleachers, Floyd's dad, beaming with pride, stood up and shouted to all to hear...
Did you see that? That's my boy Floyd. I raised him right, I tell you. Gave him nothing but vitamin D milk. What a shot.
But now the Jockitches had the ball, and were down by only 1 point.
And here they come. Jockitches, quite possibly the best basketball team ever assembled in high school this decade. Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Chet Forty, Oscar Robertson, and Ernest Magic Borgnine. 40 dribbling down the lane uncharacteristically passes the ball to Robertson. Oscar looks inside to Wilt. He is double-teamed by Otis Campbell and Ernest T. Bass. Oscar dishes over to Jerry West. Helen Crump is all over Jerry West. West, in desperation, passes to Magic Borgnine in the corner. 4 seconds left of the shot clock. Borgnine fires a two-handed set shot from 18 feet. Swish! The Jockitches lead by 1. Timeout, Nimnods. There are 8 seconds left in regulation.
And in the visitors' bleachers, Magic Borgnine's dad stood up and boasted loudly.
Did you see that? That's my boy down there. I tell you, I raised him right. Fed him nothing but 2% milk. What a great shot, boy!
Precious seconds left in the game as our Mayberry Nimnods, with the ball, were down by 1, and the action on the bench was furious.
Mayberry coach Howard Sprague is setting up the final play. And what's this? Sprague is pulling Crump out of the game. Helen Crump is furious. Oh, doctor, this is no time for a selfish attitude. She's been that way all season. And in for Crump is Mr. Clutch, Barney Handjive Fife, who actually made one of his layups during the pregame warm-ups. And it looks like Sprague is calling Handjive's number. Here we go, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. This is the big play. 8 seconds left. Mayberry down by 1 point to the defending champs, the Mount Pilot Jockitches. Oh, jeepers, the Jockitches just called timeout. Criminy sakes alive, the last 2 minutes of a basketball game take hours to finish. We'll be back.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavorful, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The filter lets the flavor through. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
We're back. Mayberry puts the ball in play. 8 seconds left. Goober dribbling on the left side. Looking for Barney Fife. Finds him. 4 seconds left. Fife has the ball. 2 seconds.
It was a moment in sports history where everything moved into slow motion. Barney, with the ball in his hands, now was the only thing standing between a glorious championship and a miserable defeat. And as he made his move, Barney tripped over his shoelaces, tumbling pot over tea kettle and taking out 2 of his own teammates in the process, tearing a gaping sorry hole in the rear of his shorts. But he regained control of the ball and fired just as the buzzer sounded. Would it go in? Would the Nimnods reign as champions?
Yeah.
Would Barney's legacy as a sports hero be sealed forevermore?
And oh, the shot is 16 feet short. So close yet so far away. Mayberry loses.
And in the hometown bleachers, an older man, somewhat resembling Barney, stood in the crowd and said,
Did you see that? That's my boy. I gave him nothing but milk of magnesia. What a crappy shot.
Ever been all excited about your food? And then someone comes in and makes a face at it. And now you don't even want to eat it?
Yeah.
How is making an icky face at someone's food good for them?
Well, it just isn't.
I guess I was talking to Emily on that question, not you, Shelley.
Well, I heard part of something about ketchup everywhere.
Yeah. Emily's setting me up
Hey.
for this morning. I just got some chicken here. Emily comes in and looks at it like E.T. threw up. Because God knows what E.T. eats in the first place.
No kidding. Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's just grilled chicken. And then when she could make it out,
Right.
she continued to stare at it like it was awful grossosity. And I'm like, good. And I'm excited to eat that now. I want to have that in my mouth right now.
Yeah, she is the fussy eater. There's nothing that pleases her when it comes
That's
to
not
lunch.
true. That's not true. She likes chicken.
Anything with ranch dressing.
But the thing is, I know that she likes chicken because I've been out to lunch a couple times with Emily, and she's a big chicken eater. And I'm like,
Right.
it's chicken. You like chicken. And she's looking at it like it's honk. What?
Nothing.
Say it.
No.
Say your...
Say it, bitch!
Oh, God. What the hell was that?
God.
2 minutes and 28 seconds into the show, you're already out of line. What do you want to say, Emily? In your defense, what do you want to say?
It's just not how I make my grilled chicken, so I was confused by what it looked like. I was computing and processing.
She was merely confused, innocently confused, rather than ripping you a new one for your
I
choice.
wasn't grossed out by it.
You are
Good.
making such an icky face.
What? Maybe that's my normal face. You call me an icky looking
No,
person?
you don't have you don't have an icky face. Normally, you're charming and sweet.
I'm sorry.
Well, how do you prepare your chicken if you don't grill it?
It's just the way it was, like, the pieces it was cut into. It was different looking.
Did your mommy cut it up for you or what?
I cut it up for myself. Thank you very
course.
much. And apparently, the Weekenders had a mess orgy over the weekend. So I've got my awful icky food over here on this counter, and she informs me, by the way, there was all kinds of gross stuff there until I got here this morning.
Mason.
Let's just go ahead and put this in the garbage right now.
Aw.
I'll go eat garbage.
You have a fresh, clean countertop now. I scrubbed it down for you before you got in there, princess.
Thank you, Emily. Did she just call me princess? She did. She called me princess.
Yes, she did.
Already
Your
the
food's
name
ugly.
calling.
Your food
Right.
your food is gross. Everything in here is contaminated with garbage, and you're a princess.
She knows
This
how to
is
make
going
you
to be
feel good.
such a good Monday.
Well, good morning.
Oh, good morning. I don't even want to figure out how insane the sports world is today. The sports world is insane. It shouldn't have happened that way.
What in the world was he
It's
thinking?
Not right.
I know.
We'll talk to Chainsaw next year on the KGB.
KGB. This is the DSC at night.
If you go ahead and listen very carefully, you'll hear the familiar sound of no one caring.
1015 KGB.
This is one dish you can't avoid on the drive home.
Well, hey, bro, look at it this way. To have life any easier, you'd have to be a dog. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Dogs don't notice if you call them by another dog's name.
Thing you can lick your own
Yeah, that's right. If a dog has babies, you can put an ad in the paper and give them away. That's just cruel right there, man.
Our beloved Ditch on 1015 KGB.
Ladies, finally a sale just for you. It's the lingerie sale now at Hustler Hollywood stores. For a limited time, buy any bra and get the matching panty free. Choose from a great selection of the latest styles in a rainbow of colors. Buy the bra and get the matching panty free. Guys, want to surprise your girlfriend with lingerie but can't decide on which style, color, or size? Surprise her with a gift card. It always fits. The lingerie sale, where you buy a bra and get the matching panty free. Only at Hustler Hollywood. Explore the possibilities.
Don't miss the lingerie sale at Hustler Hollywood, 929 6th Avenue, San Diego.
What if Randy Duke Cunningham had never been caught? Think about it. A corrupt, bribe-taking congressman representing you. If the Union Tribune hadn't been watching out, he'd still be in Congress getting rich off your tax dollars. Or what if San Diego's real estate department hadn't been investigated? Headline, City Assets Squandered. Fortunately, the Union Tribune digs deep. That's what watchdog journalism does for you. It's why the city of San Diego is cleaning up its act. Why a South Bay mayor quit the race for higher office, and why the city's going after deadbeats who owe $90 million. Subscribe to UT Pulitzer-winning watchdog journalism today, now less than $2 per week. Call 1-866-843-7273 or go online to utsubscriptions.com. Call now, 1-866-843-7273 or utsubscriptions.com. The Union Tribune. We're looking out for you.
Okay, Team Jason, our mission possible this month at Mossy Toyota, beat Mossy Ford. What secret weapons do we have?
We've got the all-new 07 Toyota Camry. It's sleek and powerful.
And the new 07 FJ Cruiser with killer off-road capability and killer styling.
Don't forget our all-new pre-owned Supercenter just down the street with a huge selection of used cars and Toyota certified pre-owned.
And people can search our inventory online at mossy.com. Go Team Jason.
The Toyota FJ Cruiser is here, and Mossy Toyota is the only dealership in San Diego that can guarantee this vehicle will be available all month long for test driving. So come check it out. And while you're here, check out Mossy Toyota's awesome lineup of gas-saving Toyotas, like the Yaris, Corolla, Camry, Highlander Hybrid, and Prius. All available right now at Mossy Toyota. Come see Team Jason and start saving today.
Mossy Toyota makes it happen for you.
When brothers compete, you save at Mossy Toyota on Mission Bay Drive in Pacific Beach.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
DSC at night.
KGB.
You know, it was Father's Day. It was great. It was relaxing. But I think my blood pressure shot up 9,000 freaking points.
Why?
Because, no one I was rooting for won. Everyone I was rooting for was supposed to win.
What?
They should have won.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Our Heat won.
We don't like the Heat.
We love the Heat.
I don't want the Heat. I'm rooting for... Oh, I'm talking about the big championship stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the little piddly baseball game. Good God. Stanley Cup, NBA championships, and the U.S. freaking Open. Are you kidding me? That was hard to watch. Let's go to Chainsaw right now. He's going to cover it all for you here on the KGB and Q103. Good world.
Well, good morning. Thank you, David, and hello again, everybody. In the sports world, Padres, good. Dwayne Wade, awesome. USA Soccer, alive. Stanley Cup Game 7 tonight. Phil Mickelson.
I am such an idiot.
Yeah.
A self-proclaimed idiot. That would be proclaimed. Leading the U.S. Open by 1 stroke on 18.
I am such an idiot.
His driver went wider left than Hillary Clinton. His second shot hit a tree like James Dean. His third landed on the beach. Fourth shot in the spinach. 2-putt for double bogey on 18. Jeff Ogilvy backdoors into a U.S. Open championship, and Phil Mickelson can't believe it.
I still am in shock that I did that. I just can't believe that I did that. I am such an idiot. I couldn't hit a fairway all day. I just couldn't hit a fairway all day.
You didn't have
and
to.
I tried to go to my bread and butter shot, which is just a big baby carved slice on 18 and just get in the fairway.
Babies?
Oh my God.
And I missed it left.
Just evil.
And was still okay. Wasn't too bad.
Shut up.
I just can't believe I couldn't par the last hole. That just
go away.
It really stings. I as a kid dreamt of winning this tournament. I came out here and worked so hard, so many days.
Is he gonna cry?
Hadn't made a bogey all week, and then bogeyed the last hole. I can't believe it. I mean, even a bogey would have got me in a playoff. And just can't believe I did that.
Well, you did.
But at least he got there.
I am such an idiot.
Tiger Woods missed the cut after a pair of 76s in rounds 1 and 2. Not enough to earn his way into the third round, making those Earl and Tiger Father's Day commercials doubly painful for him, if he even watched at all. Still a glorious day for couch potato dads, flipping back and forth up until the end. Kind of like a beautiful ride through Dallas until the end for JFK. Flipping back and forth between a terrific U.S. Open and a rousing 7-3 Padres victory in Anaheim, which launched them into a tie for first place with the Dodgers. Day off today. 3-game interleague set in Texas versus the Rangers starting tomorrow. Stanley Cup has extended to a 7th game. Once down 2-0 and 3-1. Edmonton can join the 1942 Toronto Maple Leafs as the only team to overcome a 3-1 deficit. They can do it tonight, but it will be at Carolina, 5 o'clock on NBC. USA Soccer still alive after a 1-1 tie Saturday with Italy. The USA victory over Ghana on Thursday, if they can do that, coupled with an Italian victory over the Czechs, that would advance the USA into the next round.
I don't get it.
I know, it's a pool play thing.
The only way we won that game was by having the team we were playing score on themselves.
That's
Did you
right.
see it?
Yes.
It was one of those things where the other team kicked their own ball into the goal.
Will we take it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, get us out of there. We don't belong there. We aren't soccer players. We blow.
USA, the Jeff Ogilvy of backdoor victors
Damn
this weekend.
foreigner won the U.S. Open.
God, he had an accent.
A damn
He
foreigner.
spells Jeff with a G.
Oh, he's G off.
Get out of here. Thank God Colin Montgomery didn't win. He almost did, too. He yacked as much as Phil Mickelson, but get him away. Get him away. Go,
I was
go.
kind of,
Because he'd never won a major.
I was kind of rooting for him. He's gotten over, because he used to be such a sourpuss,
And now he's at least polite when he tells people to go away,
Yeah. I mean, people are getting over the whole Mrs. Doubtfire thing because they hated him.
A lot.
A lot.
And now he's grown and matured, and he's not such an a. In fact, he's very polite.
Yeah.
And he's never won on U.S. soil.
He had it.
He had it. So, meanwhile, in the national bat.
Why is every mommy in America driving the big Jeepy cars? Pathfinder, Range Rover, traffic blocker, piss her off her cars. You're not going on safari. You're going to Target. You don't need four-wheel drive to negotiate the speed bumps at Toys R Us. And they're always on the phone with their husbands. Make more money, I need gas. And you ask these women why the big car. They always say the same thing. For my baby. What kind of behemoth did you squeeze out?
Skip-ball association. Michael Jordan is alive and well in the form of Miami Heat superstar Dwayne Wade, scoring on every possible fashion when needed most to give the Heat a 101-100 overtime victory last night. Amazing. Miami takes a 3-2 lead in the finals with Game 6 in Dallas Thursday. You know how great Tiger Woods was when you see him at his best. Or Michael Jordan. Or any of the greatest of all times. That's what Dwayne Wade's doing in these finals.
He was just amazing.
You ever noticed I mumble along during the basketball?
I thought you liked basketball.
I do. I mumble along.
Yeah.
When you do any other sports, I don't say anything. But as soon as you talk about the NBA,
kind of wakes you up, doesn't it?
Stop it.
Kind of wakes you up out of the coma.
Stop it.
Yeah. Golf? Oh.
Thank you, Ruthie. At 6:33 in 5 seconds, this is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, my.
Well, what are we doing standing here listening to this for?
The DSC at night.
They can teach us stuff.
101.5.
My plan is working.
Your plan to piss me off?
KGB.
I normally don't care much for Johnny Miller's scolding that he gives every player who does not play golf the way Johnny Miller thinks they should play. But yesterday he was right. And he scolded Phil Mickelson. Yeah. He's like, why you got to ride up on a white stallion? Why you got to be like that? How about taking a 2-iron off the tee, get your bogey, thanks for the trophy, see you later, bye. And Mickelson went out and tin cupped that thing yesterday. And what about the scene on, I think it was like the 5th hole? He hits it into the deepest rough on about the hardest golf course in America. Mm-hmm. And he takes a wood out. He's in a foot deep of grass. He takes a wood out and everyone's going, wow, he must be really good. And hits it 3 feet.
Ooh, I can do that.
Yeah. What were you thinking? He hits it 3 feet, then goes, oh, okay, give me an iron, and puts it on the green.
That was the shot.
What were you thinking?
That was way more telling than anything he did on 18. I mean, okay, he gets the driver out. Not real. He hadn't hit a green a fairway all day, especially on that narrow thing.
Where was his caddy to say, look, Phil, you might want to use an iron?
His caddy was drinking out of the same water glass. Again. Always checking for that. Remember that day about 2 tournaments ago? His caddy was swigging out of the same water bottle, then handed it to Phil, swigged it right out. Said, what are you doing? They're close. They're very close.
Might as well just make out.
Dan Foreigner won the U.S. Open.
Dan Foreigner backdoored his way in.
It seemed to me, just watching, kind of around the house, not really sitting down and watching it, but the crowd seemed to be on fire. They were screaming practically. It was the loudest gallery I'd ever heard.
The loudest gallery you will ever hear is going to be at the, I don't even know what they call it now, the FBR Open. It's the one that they play over in Scottsdale. They're insane over there. They get hammered and faced, and it's encouraged.
As for majors,
but the U.S. Open, this is the national championship. It's big time. It's not the reserved button-down class of
Yeah, there was no respectful golf
Augusta.
clap. It was,
And it's not the stuffiness of the British Open.
There were lots of woo-woos and hoots and
Freaking
hollers.
U.S. Open, and he tin-cupped it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Makes them interesting, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but a damn Foreigner one. And you know what? I gave into TiVo temptation. You ever have this? I'm watching the game on TiVo yesterday. I've got it. I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm like an hour behind.
Right.
Because I kept hitting pause to cook lunch and do this and do that. And I'm an hour back on what is a 5-hour show.
Yep.
And I love it because you can skip through commercials.
Exactly.
And I gave into TiVo temptation. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to jump to live. I'm going to sit here and watch. Go, quick, go to live. All of a sudden, Phil's back in first place. I'm like, all right, excellent. Because there was a point there where he was down like 1, maybe 2 shots. And
Now, you did. Now, I did the same thing because, I like to skip around. But if you miss it a little bit or switch around and go back to the Padre game or whatever, you got to TiVo the 4 to 4:30 thing because the golf only went to 4. And whatever that Mickey Mouse show was on at 4 to 4:30, you got to TiVo that too because all the sports go overtime.
I know.
Thank God I did that. so I could watch Phil.
Freaking Mavericks can't win a championship. Freaking United States can't win a Stanley Cup. What are we going to give it to the Canadians? What's wrong with this world? Canadians have no business winning hockey.
Yeah. It'd be the first one since 93. Isn't that crazy? Since a Canadian team won it. I think it's good for the sport to have Canada, if not win, certainly back in it. Because this is their core country. Core sport.
And
Carolina.
The one sport we're supposed to lose, we can't, even
lose properly.
Crap our way out of it. Gotta have our enemy score our own goal for us so we can tie. Oh, yay. I don't get soccer. I don't think I ever will. And I freaking played it for 3 years in high school. Woohoo. How long is a soccer game? 17 hours?
Yeah, 17 and a half
1-to-1
hours.
tie. Done.
Right.
Bye. Oh, well, that's fun.
Great thing about soccer is you can start the game, go out, shop, come back, same score. An hour and a half later, and you haven't missed anything.
God help me. You know what I was getting into? I was getting into hockey. I was watching the game.
It's great. It's exciting.
But hockey is never on TV anymore.
Nope. It was on the OLN channel this year, but NBC's picking up the finals, 5 o'clock, Game 7. It's almost like it transcends the sport. What does that mean, Chainsaw? Well, even if you're it occurred to me in 1984, I could care less about diving. Remember diving, Olympic diving? But Greg Louganis was so good, you just watch and you get excited about something you otherwise would never. And that's what tonight's hockey game is going to be for the casual fan. Chris Boyer, are you going to be watching?
Hey, of course. I'll be there.
There'll be a trophies. What you folks said.
What do I do? Soccer, hockey? I don't know. I'm just spinning in my chair, watching every monitor.
Which
hockey
one
is like soccer, like there's no ice.
Which is the one with the ball?
You've got your nice breakfast of chicken, and the day is going to be fine.
At least he's still rich and has a hot wife. So,
I don't care. He doesn't deserve it anymore. Give it all back. Man, that was hard to watch. When you knew it was going to happen.
Because we root for Phil, don't we? We root for Phil. I root
Heck
for
yeah.
Phil and Tiger. I mean, sometimes I don't know who to root for when it's the two of them.
Well, I root for Phil. If it's Tiger versus Phil, I root for Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Tiger is just no fun to watch. And I know he had his whole grief thing going on, but he was no fun to watch on Thursday and Friday. It was no fun. It was not pleasurable.
And that's what makes Phil interesting is because he's kind of a kook sometimes. With this crazy, pulls out the wood when it's a foot deep in the cabbage.
What happened there?
I don't understand. I don't know golf as well as you do, so I've never seen anyone try that or do it or whatever. And he wouldn't. You'd think that he wouldn't pull out that club unless he had practice or some history with it and success.
Of course.
And we would be glorifying him today if he would have nailed that shot.
But no one can.
Maybe he can, and we've never seen it. And we saw it not work yesterday.
Why do we get so involved in these stupid games?
Because it's so fun. That's why, and you know it. And when it wins, it's so fun. And when it doesn't, you still go back.
But you usually
You're a Cub
don't.
fan. You should know that more than anybody.
I know it. But that's the thing. You usually don't win. Think about it.
Right.
You usually don't win. Because when you win, you've got to win the World Series. You've got to win the Super Bowl. That's what winning is.
Well,
and you usually don't.
You should explain it better than anybody. You're a Cub fan. Haven't won a World Series since 1908.
Yeah, but that was awesome when we won that one.
You know, people phone in and make a beef. Oh, what about? Well, anything, Joe. Whatever happens to bug you, that's what you talk about.
This is the DSC at night.
I guess it just gives you a chance to unload. You know how it is. You got a beef, you tell it to somebody, and you feel better.
1015.
Brilliant. That's just the kind of far-out gimmick we need.
KGB.
The good news is it is not too late to get a low mortgage interest rate. Rates still at that 30-year low at Park Place Funding. Call them now. Park Place Funding will pay all your closing costs and fees, and they won't add to your loan balance. Now, so many lenders hide and they disguise fees and costs, but Park Place Funding gets you the best interest rate and pays all your closing costs and fees. Make closing costs a thing of the past. They'll come to you, no obligation, for an in-home consultation. Talk to Park Place Funding today. Call 866-491-FUND. That's 866-491-FUND.
Licensed by the DRE number 01403-138.
Nobody beats El Cajon Ford.
Got a buck? Get any new or used car, truck, or SUV only at El Cajon Ford. And make no payments until September on approved credit. Take your pick of a new Expedition, Explorer, or F-150 Super Crew for only $21,988. Numbers 260-069, 261-197, and 261-310. All savings with discounts from MSRP, applied rebates, and Ford Motor Credit financing on approved credit.
And ask about the free gas offer at Broadway in Maine. El Cajon Ford.
It's an Applebee's garden party. So many salads, fresh and new. They say you can't please everyone, but at Applebee's they do. Well, it's alright now. It's apple walnut chicken time. Great candied walnuts, fine blue cheese. Just keep your hands off mine. It's Applebee's salad perfection. Shrimp salad from Tuscany. Sliced almonds, parm, and tender shrimp. Placed on fine mixed greens. Well, it's alright now. Great new salad, sure to please. So crisp, so fresh for summertime. New salads down at Applebee's.
Applebee's is now open in Marietta on Madison Avenue off I-15 south of California Oaks.
To many, a luxury car is a replication of their living room on four wheels. Large, cushy, and designed to insulate the driver from the driving experience. To BMW, however, luxury means a direct connection with the road, immediate, confident, and void of anything that would distance the driver from it. That luxury can be found in abundance in the BMW 5 Series. Thanks to a 6-cylinder engine featuring Valvetronic technology, the 5 Series seamlessly translates the desire of the driver into the actions of the car, all the while providing both improved performance and fuel efficiency. No lag, no missed opportunities. True driving luxury. Catch it in the BMW 5 Series. Or admire it from a distance. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit your San Diego County BMW Center today and discover how much BMW's $0 maintenance program can save you compared with other luxury makes.
Ladies, finally a sale just for you. It's the lingerie sale now at Hustler Hollywood stores. For a limited time, buy any bra and get the matching panty free. Choose from a great selection of the latest styles in a rainbow of colors. Buy the bra and get the matching panty free. Guys, want to surprise your girlfriend with lingerie but can't decide on which style, color, or size? Surprise her with a gift card. It always fits. The lingerie sale, where you buy a bra and get the matching panty free. Only at Hustler Hollywood. Explore the possibilities.
Don't miss the lingerie sale at Hustler Hollywood, 929 6th Avenue, San Diego.
Planning an upgrade to your home? Murray Lamper Construction specializes in custom designed second stories, room additions, and kitchens. Murray Lamper Construction, improving San Diego homes since 1975. For additional information, visit 101kgb.com and enter keyword remodel.
DSC at night. DSC at night.
This is the KGB.
When is the Mavericks Heat game, Chainsaw?
Thursday, Game 6.
That's the thing I can't stand about basketball.
Is it Tuesday?
You know what? I beg your pardon.
Tuesday, then Thursday.
It is Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is I said it wrong earlier, too. My bad, everybody.
That's the thing I can't stand about basketball. They make everything take so long. Finish it!
Well, these basketball playoffs and hockey playoffs have been as good as I have ever remembered them. And couple that with March Madness basketball, this has been a crazy, crazy spring and summer so far for sports. And the Padres are in first place. I mean, come on!
Yeah, but you know, even the Padres are heartbreaking. I know they won yesterday, but Saturday night's game,
Saturday's game, it was a day game where Roberts just crashed. Did you see the crash into the fence?
I didn't. I just saw the end of the game, and I was like,
I know.
Dude. I mean, that should have been a hit.
Should have been, could have been, would have been.
That should have been a hit, and even if it wasn't, he should have legged it out. And what is this inside the park home run crap?
That's when Roberts crashed into the wall and couldn't get up. Out 2 to 6 weeks with a bruised knee. Ligaments, cartilage, and tendons fine. But a deep new breeze. Nice. Out for 6 weeks.
How was
knee bruise?
How was the Miss World Class Grand Finals? Was that as...
Now here's a competition that matters.
Yes.
Was this as shocking and upsetting and surprising as everything else on TV was this weekend?
It was a great competition. The girls brought their A game, and this is where you see the...
I want them to bring their double D game.
Ooh, I wish I'd come up with that. I'm going to write that down for next year.
Jealous.
You're going to steal my line?
Hang on. Well, hey, you know what? Half of being creative is forgetting where you stole it in the first place.
What are you writing it down for, you goob?
All right, I'll just record the show and catch it later.
No, come on.
Writing it down like he's actually going to...
Not a cart label.
Use it for next year.
Lean into it.
So we had a great time at Dick's Last Resort, and we had, 12 beautiful ladies on stage. And
it was the awesome display of democracy, the transfer of power.
Yes.
As the crown moved from Miss World Class 2005. Autumn,
yes,
who did a great job representing the KGB and O'Douls. 2,
Kim.
Kim, who was here in
School teacher
studio
Kim.
with us.
Yes, yeah, the future teacher.
The bragger. The one who was bragging about having a boyfriend and a job and all kinds of great stuff.
Boyfriend and a job, not too many women have those.
Well, I guess, if you can do it, it ain't bragging.
You're right.
Good for her.
She took the crown home, and we had just a bunch of beautiful ladies who really gave their all.
How was the crowd? How was the docile crowd at Dick's Last Resort?
Sedate.
It's like being in church, David. I really had to work it just to get him to even just give a little clap and a woo-hoo once in a while.
Yeah. And how was Abramowitz?
He was good.
Any highlights of his...
Twitchy?
His work?
Since they all came there to see him, right?
Well, a lot of people do, according to him anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he is the entertainment.
Right.
Hot chicks, bikinis, slutting it up on stage.
You're here to see me, aren't you, Fred?
Yeah.
Here to see me in my hat. Darn it.
I think people were disappointed he was wearing clothes this year.
Oh.
He won't take any more bets. He's decided he's done with that little game.
He
What's
is
he moving on to?
It's too much effort anymore.
Yeah.
He used to be like, it used to be fun. Let's bet. Come on, let's do this. All right, I'm in it. Now it's like you got to, I don't know, it's like being on a first date or something. I don't know.
And you guys just can't hug it out? There's just no working it out. There's no
whatever I'm trying to say. There's nothing.
There's no resolution.
I don't know what he's saying.
There's no resolution to that problem. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I always hoped that there would be one grand finale of a bet, like
a death bet, something where someone would die, right, Chris? Is that where you're going with this? Because the hole you're digging.
Well, I was thinking that
I'm hearing Mandarin. I'm hearing Mandarin.
What was that? What'd you say? I'm hearing Mandarin?
Yes.
What does that mean?
The Chinese language with the with the hole that he's digging now. But it's good. I've been there. Hey, look, I've been there. Admittedly, I've been Phil many times.
I'm such an idiot.
I know.
That's so brilliant. No, I thought, he'd take a bet where if he lost, he had to get a vasectomy.
Oh, God, he's back.
Yeah. He's still digging.
Hit him with a shovel or something.
Is this a Steve Martin arrow through the head?
All these mines collapsing, trapping miners, and yet he digs.
What was your weekend like, Chris? What did you do?
Spent a lot of time under the car.
Of course, naturally. Don't get one that works.
No.
This is for pleasure, David.
Of course.
Why? What were you doing to your car? Which car?
Actually, I went up and did a brake job for my stepmom.
Oh. What a nice boy.
What an a-hole.
Yeah.
I guess we're done with her. Screaming off a cliff somewhere. Stamping on a mushy pedal.
Why didn't I go to Midas?
Why did I believe it when he said they worked just fine now?
So I did a little work on Jill's car. And,
what'd you do to poor Jill's car? Do I have to say goodbye to her now?
No.
What'd you do to it?
It had a bad spark plug wire end. And it was arcing across and killing that cylinder. So it had a bad miss.
Wow.
And the O2 sensor would lean out the mixture because
I hate that.
There was a dead cylinder, and so the thing would
I
run
remember
like
that happened to me a couple years ago. It was one of the worst days of my life.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Too bad.
The only
Can't go
O2
back.
cylinder I have is.
Never mind.
Is that all you're going to tell us about your weekend?
Cut the grass.
Are these all euphemisms? I'm not following.
Put up a new ceiling fan. No, I mean, that was my weekend.
Mr. Handyman over the weekend.
Handyman, exactly.
Well, that's quite busy.
He's a good boy.
Got a
2
few
cars to work on, a ceiling fan, and mow the lawn. I couldn't get that done in a month. Kidding me?
Yeah, you could. Have
You
somebody
got a
else do
check
it for
for
you.
it. About 10 seconds, write a check, done.
I hang a ceiling fan, the lawn dies. I mow the lawn, the lights go out. Unrelated things go south when I start working on stuff.
How's your new grass? Your beautiful new grass.
Yeah.
Did you lay in it and walk around in it a lot?
You're not supposed to. I found that out the wrong way.
What'd you do? You didn't kill any?
I stepped out on it on like a hilly part, and I tore off a big section of it. Landscapers all glaring at me.
Let it root, David.
Yeah, not supposed to. Just look at it.
Dang.
Yeah, it's not ready to go yet.
It's like a toupee. The glue isn't dry.
I'm sick of it though. Now I'm sick of it.
I hate the grass.
Tear it out.
You're sick of what?
I'm sick of the landscaping thing.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like just put dead bodies in there. I don't care. Just finish it. Get it done.
I thought you were done.
Huh?
I thought you were done.
Yeah, kinda.
Just Chernobyl it, all concrete. Let's see that.
Pretty.
Paint it green, AstroTurf, whatever. You know how it is when you get towards the end of a long project.
You just want them out of your house.
You're sick of it,
Yeah.
and you're sick of the stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
just get it done, get out.
Yeah.
You know?
And that seems to be when they slow down.
These guys are not slow. It's just it
good.
takes a long time. I started, from the very beginning. I had to
Right.
put in new irrigation and everything. And it's just like,
It's the microwave generation, David. We stand in front, of a microwave. Hurry up! 10 seconds. I don't have time. Come on, give me a meal in 5 seconds.
well, I've worked on much longer projects before because when I added onto my house last year, what is wrong with me? Why am I doing these projects?
Stop it.
Because ultimately it's easier than moving. As bad as it is.
I don't want to move, but there was nothing wrong with my house.
No.
Why am I doing
Look
this?
at what you have now.
You
It's
hate
gorgeous
yourself.
out there.
You hate yourself.
I contend it's the opposite. He loves himself and he wanted a nicer place to hang out.
But does someone who loves himself continually make himself miserable with unnecessary projects?
No, the misery just comes because it's hard to do projects like that. And it wears on you. And you don't really know that going in because no one's
Yes,
going to tell
you
you
do. You've
because
done
if
it
you did,
many,
you wouldn't
many
write the
times.
check.
like I'm addicted to bad things.
Yes. Why don't you just become a cutter and get it over
No
with?
kidding. Why don't I?
Jeez.
Tony, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Dave, I just got a report. After 5 years of steady listening, I've experienced my first Asner.
And you hear these people calling in, going, "Yeah, I have something on my nose." You're like, "What's wrong with those people?"
I've got it now.
It's all timing, Tony. See, that's the thing. You never
I
realize.
just love that. I just heard Mandarin.
Yeah, all I hear is Mandarin. And what a language to go to.
I know.
I'm going, what is he talking about
What's he
fruit
mean?
for?
I know.
Mandarin oranges. I love them on little salads and stuff like that. What is he talking about? And then I realized, he's talking about... you never realize that you laugh when you're listening to our show until you're in the middle of a swallow.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Hey, just wanted to say, love your show, guys.
What did you laugh out your nose, Tony?
Pardon?
What did you laugh out your nose?
Actually, it was some kind of a juice thing that my fiance made me, and it tasted like crap both ways.
She's trying to get you healthy or something?
I think so.
She wants you to look good walking down the aisle. Because she knows you're just going to let it go. You know what, Tony? We actually had a chick call up one time who was in the middle of a very loving moment with her boyfriend and laughed that out her nose.
Not good.
And we're not kidding. Wow. Yeah.
Gotta go, Dave.
I'm already gone. That was the best Asner of them all.
Yeah.
Laughed a little baby batter out the nose.
Wow. Loving.
I'm hearing Mandarin. How about you, Chainsaw? Did you have a good weekend?
Yesterday was just so relaxing. It was so good.
Yeah.
Clicking, literally. Everyone else was down and out, and I was there watching for 3 hours, going back and forth between Padres and a great U.S. Open. It really was fun. Watched every minute. Didn't even doze. That's how stupid I was. That was nice.
Had a moment yesterday where I was, forget where, I did doze. I forget exactly what I was doing.
Dozing.
I was dozing somewhere. And it was pointed out to me, "Hey, you're snoring!" Well, I'm not anymore, am I? Thanks for fixing that for me. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have woken you up.
Oops.
Well, that's over. What'd you guys do?
Who, us? Swimming, a little work around the yard, and more swimming and cooking.
Work around the yard?
Just a little.
What'd you do?
Picked up dog crap.
There was that, and Mike did a little walkway around the hot tub. And so he was digging and stuff. But he had the TV on out there, and he was watching the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So I could go inside and watch the Food Channel. Perfect.
How about you, Ruth?
I pretty much stayed home until I got too hot that I couldn't stand it, and then I'd go out and drive around in my air-conditioned car for a while.
Just go for a drive to get in the air?
Just to cool off.
Yeah. Go to a movie or something like that. Movie theaters have the best air conditioning.
That's true. They usually do.
Yeah.
Beautiful weekend, and you had a nice NBA weekend, Ruthie.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun game last night.
Sure was.
So close. I mean, the whole game was the first time they played that it was so close. Every point,
Right.
every quarter, all the way through, neck and neck.
Yep.
Tied again.
And what happened last night? Someone called a timeout in the middle of a free throw or something?
Josh Howard.
And then tried to uncall it.
Yeah.
Couldn't. Who blew that one?
Josh Howard, the man with the longest arms in history. He has those Mariah Carey arms where it looks like someone photoshopped how long they are.
Yeah.
And it was just a wonderful game. And Dwayne Wade, I don't know if you've been watching. Remember how great Michael was? Even if you weren't a basketball fan, you could tell how great he was above
Right.
the rest. This is what
So
Dwayne,
far
This
above.
is what Dwayne Wade is doing. Seriously,
It's been amazing.
it's astonishing.
Are these guys going to come back and become only the third team to do this? I mean, this is just insane.
Oh, yeah.
Mavericks
They
should have
could.
nailed this shut by now.
They could,
Well,
but
it's pretty scary
It's
that-
in Dallas.
Yes,
And,
that's the bad part.
But it's 3-2 Heat, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
By
And
one
both games are in
point.
Dallas if it goes that far.
They lost by 1 point yesterday. The Dallas could have easily won.
And they got all the calls, to be honest with you. So it's going to be interesting. And,
did you see Nowitzki kicking stuff over as he left?
Yeah, he was
He's
not
all
happy.
mad, knocking crap over.
Looked like he was shooting a free throw.
I think he has like a little tippy toe run, the way he sort of runs sometimes.
He's 7 foot. I don't know,
I know,
how I'd
but he
run with
sort of-
tender feet on 7 foot body.
He just looks sort of tippy toe-ish sometimes.
He's a gay man, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. He just has sort of a funny run.
And the Padres are in first place. How did that happen?
Okay.
Who saw
Everyone
that
else
one
is
coming?
sucking eggs.
Because Bronowitz must have stayed away.
It's got to be it.
Yeah.
Look at the headline on the sports page today. I am such an idiot.
I am such an idiot.
Thank God he said that instead of, well, you know, I went out, I played my game, and, you know, no regrets. Here's a guy who blows the U.S. Open and comes out and says, I'm such an idiot. All right.
Yeah, they are.
I love the guy.
Yeah, we've all done it. KGB San Diego. Temecula Valley, Q103. The Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Show.
KGB. Don't worry, you won't feel a thing.
The DSC at night.
Till I jam this down your throat.
KGB.
Customers have great things to say about American Shooting Center in Kearney Mesa.
The firearm safety class was terrific. Now everyone in our family has taken a class.
The people in the store are really helpful. They even let me try out different firearms before I chose one to buy.
American Shooting Center's firing range is totally state-of-the-art. I think it's the best in the county.
Experience American Shooting Center's indoor shooting range and retail store. 5590 Ruffin Road, just south of the 52 in Kearney Mesa. 858-279-7233 or go to 101kgb.com and enter keyword shooting.
This is San Diego County Mercedes-Benz Radio. Take one.
Southern Californians love their bodies. Hard bodies, beach bodies, unit bodies. Yes, a full-size 7-passenger Mercedes-Benz GL Class with unit body construction is pretty hot. And hey, buy one now, you could be showing off your new bulk at the beach or gym in, like, no time. Of course, we Southern Californians also know it's not just about looks, it's really what's inside that counts. The GL sports the industry's only 7-speed transmission. Plus, it has over 80 cubic feet of cargo space, with the second and third row seats down, which makes it impressive inside and out. So see your San Diego County Mercedes-Benz dealer and be the first to own the new GL, the only full-size European luxury SUV in the U.S. Then get out there and show off your hot new unit body to everyone.
Great. That was San Diego County Mercedes-Benz. Around here, you have to love what you drive.
Test drive the new GL Class full-size SUV today at any of the 3 San Diego County Mercedes-Benz dealers, including Hohen Motors at 5475 Car Country Drive and Car Country Carlsbad.
Oh, yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. You know, as a bear, I drink a lot of water. And this Dasani bottled water, it's some seriously fresh-tasting H2O. Now, I've drank out of streams, slurped out of lakes, gulped down water from roaring rapids. And between you and me, it's no big whoop. But this Dasani water, it tastes crisp, refreshing, and without any of that mossy river bottom aftertaste. Plus, Dasani comes in lemon, raspberry, strawberry, and new grape-flavored water beverages. And you can take it from me. They're just about as tasty as a big paw full of honey. So remember, the next time your taste buds send up a flare, reach for some lemon, raspberry, strawberry, or new grape-flavored Dasani water beverages or original, water-flavored Dasani bottled water. Buy it by the case. Or just swipe it out of somebody's picnic basket, like I do. Dasani. The water that makes your mouth water.
Once there was a nervous little town that was so resistant to change, they locked their doors when the weather changed.
The barometer's dropping! Lock the door!
So when it was announced that the SVC Yellow Pages was changing its name to the AT&T Yellow Pages, the town was curious. How would they find a doctor? Or a florist?
Or a locksmith!
But on the inside, it still had all the complete local information and most up-to-date ads. So one by one, the people opened their doors and picked up their very own AT&T Yellow Pages.
Hey, it's starting to get dark.
Grab the book.
Peace of mind delivered by the new AT&T Yellow Pages. Don't pick up a new book until you see the AT&T logo on the cover. Need something online? Search for it at yellowpages.com. The new AT&T. Your world delivered.
The San Diego SBC Yellow Pages is now the AT&T Yellow Pages, so don't pick up a less complete book. Keep using your SBC book until the new AT&T Yellow Pages arrives.
It's the biggest music event of the summer, Ozfest 2006. Happening July 9th at Coors Amphitheater, featuring System of a Down, Disturbed, and tons more. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets. Ozfest 2006.
Finally, a one-stop shop for buying, selling, and refinancing a home. It's the Real Estate Advantage, where all real estate agents are also loan officers. With a Real Estate Advantage, you'll save money every step of the way, and they can close most loans in just 2 weeks. Call 619-334-2424. That's 619-334-2424. Remember, most loans close in just 2 weeks. 619-334-2424.
You need the Real Estate Advantage.
1015
KGB.
Thank God there's DSC at night.
DSC at
night. That's 101.5 KGB, baby.
Got some Father's Day email, dsc at 101kgb.com. One guy was very upset because he saw people at Home Depot buying things for Dad. What's a good thing to get at Home Depot for Dad for Father's Day?
Cordless drill.
Drill, that's the exact thing I was thinking of. Yard gnomes.
What?
Yard gnomes. See, only a girl would pick out a yard gnome for a guy for Father's Day. You know why? That's not for Dad. That's for you.
Right.
It's a cute little elf for the yard. That's not for Dad. That's for you.
What the hell is she doing?
That's just a hazard when you're mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Just something to go around. A yard gnome. Mm-hmm.
Get it out. It has no function. Cordless drill, pretty simple, straightforward.
I think
got
it'd
a
be pretty
purpose.
funny if Boyer came home and His neighbors decided to put like 100-yard gnomes.
Sell them on eBay, baby.
Oh, jeez.
Dear Dave, got to tell you about my wonderful Father's Day yesterday. Although I am neither a father nor a man, I probably enjoyed the day more than most fathers. In the early afternoon, I discovered one of my favorite movies of all time, Stalag 17, was on TV. I quickly poured myself a large glass of brandy, lined up the necessary 4 remote controls within easy reach, stacked up 15 pillows on the couch, and assumed the position. The only thing missing was a good cigar. What a woman.
I love her.
What a woman.
It was on Channel 9. I did the same thing.
Stalag 17 remains one of the best movies that I have ever seen, and I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. Then, just as William Holden works his way up the hill supporting Lieutenant Dunbar over his shoulder on their way to freedom, while Johnny Comes Marching Home is whistled, I drifted off into an hour-long nap.
Wow.
Wow. And there was no one there to point out, hey, you're snoring! Well, not anymore, am I?
Yes.
I'm still kind of just stretching and relishing the whole Father's Day glory.
How was it?
It was great. Oh,
Yeah.
the girls
some
made...
loot?
did I what?
Get some loot.
Did I get some loot?
Uh-huh. And presents and prizes and stuff.
No, I don't roll that way. I don't think you should get stuff for Father's Day.
Oh.
Because the girls ask me, what do you want for Father's Day? What do you want me to get you? I'm like, I don't want you to get me anything. They made me some cards, which were very nice. And Carly made dinner last night.
Oh, wow.
Which is always a treat. Made her specialty.
What's her specialty?
Pork chops.
Wow.
And apple chops.
Excellent.
And it was swell.
Oh, good.
Yes, indeed. Did you guys hear the latest about Britney Spears? And by the way, I don't know if you knew it, but the Britney Spears NBC thing reran.
Really?
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't know what night it was on, Wednesday or Thursday. Whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
It reran the next night.
Oh.
And we taped it and we watched it.
And?
The funny thing was I was watching Bob Costas, our good friend, providing coverage of the U.S. Open this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned something about the fact that the coverage was running a little bit long, thus disappointing the millions who wanted to see the Britney Spears rerun a third time. His little tongue-in-cheek shot at it. But did you hear the latest about Britney Spears?
No. Tell us.
The latest news is that while shopping for panties and thongs at Victoria's Secret, she decided, hey, right here by the cash register would be the perfect place to...
Change?
What?
Try them on?
Change the baby.
Change the baby.
No.
Jesus.
Right here at the cash register, I'm going to go ahead and change my baby's dirty diaper.
Good God.
And then what did she do?
She handed it to the clerk.
Yes, she did.
Oh, my God.
Yes, she said to the clerk, will you take this diaper?
Oh, no.
To which the clerk refused.
Good.
Oh, good for him
I'll
or
credit
her.
her. What happens to moms? What happens to moms that A, they decide any place is fine to change your diaper?
Because it's not.
We cut you some slack on the whole nursing thing, okay? Even though a lot of us really don't want to see it, we decided to cut some slack and go ahead and be nature and say, all right, go ahead, nurse, wherever you want. Nature calls, got to do it. But we're not going to cut you slack on changing your baby's diaper anywhere. I don't understand that. And don't come down on me. Oh, you don't know what it's like. Yeah, I do. I've had 2 kids. I know what it's like.
And I'll bet you always found a place to change them in private.
What happens to moms that they think, perfect time to change the diaper right here, out in the open right now? And secondly, because we've seen this before, hey, will you take this? You see it on airplanes and stuff.
Ew.
How many poor flight attendants have been asked, will you take this diaper? That's your problem.
Man.
Oh, sorry.
Did she just lay the baby right down there on the counter where you put your stuff you're going to buy?
On the floor.
On the floor?
On the floor.
Jesus.
The only person who... You can't unhot Victoria's Secret all of a sudden in waddles redneck Britney Spears.
Buying thongs. for her second trimester. Ew! That to me is the crime.
It's a maternity thong.
Of course.
Crotchless maternity thongs.
Oh, God.
That's my new band. The only person on earth who would unhot Victoria's Secret.
Brittany.
Wow, she is country.
Can you all take my diaper?
No!
It's going to be changing it on the tailgate of your pickup truck.
Yeah.
God.
Here's Hillary. You're on the DSC. What's going on?
I have 2 words. Book of etiquette.
I'm sorry, what is it?
The book of etiquette.
The book of etiquette. Those are 4 words, honey.
Well,
I am such an idiot.
The book of etiquette.
I'm a mom. I would never do that.
Yeah?
Ever.
How old is your child?
I have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, but they are boys, and the one thing that they will do is pee outside anywhere.
Problem? No
but
problem.
the diaper thing, at least go into a dressing room and then stick it in your diaper bag and be on your way.
And you know, this kid of hers is only 9 months old. She's only been at this for 9 months. Imagine how bad she's going to be when she's got her second one.
No kidding.
When she's got 2 of these kids to deal with, because her child's only going to be 1 when her newborn comes along.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is generations of trash. So her children will do the same thing, and their children.
We're country.
But where's her posse that should be there to help her? And
Oh, they would not ever do anything to talk against her. Brittany, you shouldn't do that. You're fired. Right? I mean, who's going to do that? She's the boss.
Book of etiquette.
What happened to her mantastic Manny?
Don't ask me.
He should have been around.
Don't ask me.
That's just terrible.
Thank you, Hillary.
You're welcome.
See you later. Yeah, we give you a pass on the nursing, but not on the change in diapers. Because you know what happens? If we accept that, you know what's next?
what?
Time to change Grandpa's diaper. Oh, just lay him right out here on the Thanksgiving table. Hey, move those yams. Oh, those aren't yams.
No, stop it. God.
Eat him up. That's an escapee from Grandpa's pants.
Oh.
Got it. You had me at yams.
Sorry.
Boyer would have said that.
You had me at yams. You're so Zellweger. Thanks, Barb.
It's fun to be a girl, and it's fun to put on a dress and some shoes and feel pretty.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
Dave Shelley and the Chainsaw.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw. Back home on 101 KG. This is the DSC at night.
101.5 KGB.
Sports fans, no matter what channel you landed on this weekend, it was almost unbelievable. Let's go to the Chainsaw right now. The only one qualified to bring you the results of what happened this weekend. Here is Chainsaw on KGB NQ103, and good morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you, David. And Shelley Dunn, Chris Boyer, Ruth 66. Hello again, everybody in the sports world. Any of you landed on Stalag 17 on Channel 51, Cable 9, or vice versa. It was marvelous yesterday. William Holden, oh my. Padres are in first place. Stanley Cup Game 7 tonight. Dwayne Wade is Superman. Phil Mickelson.
I am such an idiot.
Leading the U.S. Open by 1 stroke on 18. His driver went wider left than Barbara Boxer. His second shot ricocheted off a tree backwards. His third shot landed on the beach. 4 shot into the spinach. 2 putt for double bogey. I can do that. Well, on a good day. Jeff Ogilvy, a foreigner who spells his name with a G. That's the Jeff part. Backdoors into a U.S. Open championship, and Phil Mickelson can't believe it.
I still am in shock that I did that. I just can't believe that
that I did that. I am such an idiot. You know, I couldn't hit a fairway all day. I just couldn't hit a fairway all day.
And why try on the?
And I tried to go to my bread and butter shot, which is just a big baby carve.
He carves babies, Ruth. That was the big news yesterday.
Yikes.
And I missed it left. And was still okay. Wasn't too bad.
Carver.
I just can't believe I couldn't par the last hole. That just
that's all I needed.
It really stings. You know, I as a kid dreamt of winning this tournament. I came out here and worked so hard, so many days. Hadn't made a bogey all week, and then bogeyed the last hole. I can't believe it. I mean, even a bogey would have got me in a playoff, and just can't believe I did that.
At least he's still rich and has a beautiful wife. So, you know, he got that going for him, which is nice. In Anaheim yesterday, a 7-3 Padres victory over the Angels launched San Diego into a first-place tie with the Dodgers in the NL West. Day off today, 3-game interleague set in Texas versus the Rangers starting tomorrow. The Stanley Cup is extended to a 7th game. Wow. Once down 2-0 and 3-1, Edmonton can join the 1942 Toronto Maple Leafs as the only team to overcome a 3-1 deficit. Carolina will host tonight, 5 o'clock on NBC. USA Soccer still alive after a 1-1 tie Saturday with Italy. USA victory over Ghana on Thursday, plus an Italian victory over the Czechs. That would advance the USA into the next round.
I don't get it.
I know it's complicated. Just keep drinking. We'll update you, okay? Meanwhile, in the National Bell.
I'm going to tell you right off, I'm walking a little limpy tonight. I had a vasectomy done at Sears last week. Now, every time I get excited, the garage door goes up. Almost broke it off the hinges watching Britney Spears last week. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Good Lord. Did you know Britney Spears hurt her leg and had to cancel some dates, but they said with the proper rehabilitation, she should be back on her knees in no time. All right. That's funny. I don't care who you are, that's funny right there. I'm going to tell you this story. I was driving down the road the other day, and I get pulled over, and the policeman says, "You been drinking?" I'm like, "No, why? Is there a fat girl in my back seat?" Hey, Lord. My God, there's 2 of them. I guess I was. Oh, Lord. Don't you hate it when you get so daggone drunk, you look in your pocket the next day and there's some girl's number in there with a name and you don't know nothing about it? So you call her up and you get this. Hello? Yeah, Debbie there? This is Debbie. I ain't drinking no more. That's ridiculous right there. I ain't drinking. What I'm going to tell you is I was driving down to see a buddy of mine in Tulsa, Oklahoma not long ago. And that's right. You know what Tulsa spelled backward is? A slut. You know what a slut backward is? $100. Get her done. That's good. All right. But I'm going to tell you, I was driving down there and I had one of them Randy cars that had a voice-activated radio. Like you want to hear country music, say country, come on. You want to hear rock and roll, come on. I wanted to hear country music, and I was about to say country, and some car cut me off, and I said, "You stupid moron." And Dr. Laura, come on the radio. That ain't, don't laugh at that. Lord, I apologize for that there, and be with the pygmies, amen.
Skidball Association. Miami Heat superstar Dwayne Wade scored in every possible fashion when needed most to give the Heat a 101-100 overtime victory over Dallas. Miami takes a 3-2 lead in the finals over the Mavericks with Game 6 in Dallas on tomorrow night and Game 7, if necessary, on Thursday. In other sports, David.
Ask the guy passing on northbound 52.
It is 7:30 and 35 seconds, and this is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, my.
This is the DSC at Night.
101.5
KGB.
Going the KGB party bus?
Going to KGB concert.
You know, my family, we always got to go to Sky Show.
How would you like to go for free with KGB?
Are you serious?
For free?
Are you serious? No, you're joking, right?
You can if you listen to KGB Summer of 9 to 5.
Wow.
man, free.
Weekdays all summer.
We'll be giving away over 1,300 tickets this summer. Tickets every hour, every workday.
And if you're a blue chip VIP, you could be driving a 2006 Jeep Liberty.
It's another incredible perk for listening at work.
From Rancho Chrysler Jeep Dodge and
1015 KGB.
You remember last week we played for the first time I'm an A-hole?
Mm-hmm.
Very popular bit. We're going to give you another chance to win it today. I'm an A-hole. The A-est, holiest thing you've ever done. 888-570-1015. I got a couple leftover emails that we're going to use to prime the pump on the I'm an A-hole game, and if yours is determined to be the one that we like the best, we're going to hook you up with a couple nice prizes. 4-pack of tickets to Knott's Silk City in Chula Vista. And we'll hook you up with John Fogerty's The Long Road Home CD and DVD set. 888-570-1015 for the A-holiest thing you've done. What won last week? It wasn't Pinky Guy.
No.
It was the church greeter.
Oh yeah. Hey, skinheads, get out of here.
We don't want your hate in our house of worship. My friend is suffering from cancer. He's terminal. He's not expected to live.
Oops. Come on in. I'm stupid.
All right. I'm an a-hole. 888-570-1015. You tell me the a-holiest, the A-est holiest thing you've done. If yours is best, you win. Dear Dave, I work for a doctor who is a surgeon. We had a patient come in as a new consult that needed to have surgery. She was undecisive. Not indecisive, undecisive.
Right.
Said she needed to talk to her husband. Now, this is nothing unusual for women of that age, as sometimes the husband needs to make the important decision. So I sent her on her way to come back for a pre-op appointment. She comes back 2 weeks later. Again, the doctor went over the surgery, and again, she's indecisive. Says she needs to talk to her husband, who was down in the car, waiting for her. Again, she made another appointment to come back for another pre-op. Next week, she comes back in alone, saying her husband's down in the car. And again, she can't decide if she's going to have surgery. By now, I'm annoyed. I say to the doctor, why can't she make a decision by herself? Why does she need her husband's permission to have surgery? Why can't her husband come in for the appointment? Why does he sit out in the car every time and not come in with his wife to help make the decision? Because, Kathy, he's in a wheelchair. The wife was his sole care provider. And if she had surgery, there wouldn't be anyone to help care for her husband, which is why she's so indecisive. I felt like crawling back under a rock and dying right there, Dave. I'm so small and petty. I'm an a-hole. No doubt, Kathy. Absolutely. All right. Anybody got anything that they want to throw in from this weekend before we jump right into the a-hole group? Come on, Shelley. There's got to be something.
I don't think so. I didn't see anyone to be an a-hole, too.
Come on. You?
Yeah, I know. I was off my game.
Did you take care of your father on Father's Day?
Yes, I did.
What'd you get him?
I got him some tomato planters that you hang instead of put them in the ground because you don't have to bend over, and he's got the bad knee. And then I called him yesterday and said, hey, did you get those tomato hanger things? And he did 2 weeks ago, and he wasn't sure what they were for. So I had to tell him.
What are these darn things?
Right.
Does he like to garden?
Yes, he does.
Okay,
and
good.
he loves fresh tomatoes.
All right.
He really does. So he seemed happy with it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Tried hard.
888-570-1015 is our number. Rob, you're on I'm an a-hole. What'd you do?
Well, I actually electrocuted my wife.
Any questions?
Yeah. How'd that happen?
Well,
Well, you hook one electrode to her toes.
Careful.
You
not to
wait
wake
till
her
she's in
up.
the bathtub.
Right.
You get the toaster.
No, nothing like that. One Sunday, she was bugging me to mow our lawn, and we had this hunk of junk lawnmower. So I went out there and started pulling on it for about 20 minutes and started getting really pissed. So she came out and started bitching at me a little bit more. So I told her to hold the part that goes on to the spark plug.
Yeah.
And I gave that thing the hardest pull I could, and it shocked the crap out of
So
her.
you did that on purpose, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She started crying, then I felt like a real ass.
Well, you are.
You did that on purpose. You told her to hold the electrical part.
Yep.
And then you cranked the engine.
As hard as I could.
Why are you so evil?
Actually, I was upset.
No, I'm talking to Boyer. He's thrilled.
He's so delighted.
See, the thing about Boyer is almost every opportunity it presents itself, he will point out, women love to see men in pain. So a dude puts a woman in pain and you're laughing. That's hypocrite, dude.
It's another person in pain. It's not that it's a woman.
That's absolutely 100% a Old Bay shade.
Double standard, David.
It's just a little bit of get back, I guess.
It's hypocrite, dude.
It is get back. It is get back.
Hey, Max, baby, they're a bitch.
What did she do when you did that?
She started crying. First, she jumped about 3 feet straight in the air, and then she started crying.
Yeah.
You made her cry.
Yeah.
You still married to her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go try stabbing her tomorrow. Thank you, Rob.
You got it, bud.
We got numbers on everybody, Emily? Not even talking to me. Doesn't
You
even
took my
like me
number.
anymore. Wow. Emily? Emily?
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Do we have numbers on everybody?
Yes.
Thank you. She's very busy at work this morning here.
That's right.
Emily answers your phone calls and finds out if you're worthy to make it to air, just like you did, Louie. You're on the DSC. What's going on?
Hi.
Hey.
Well, we were camping, and a guy complained that we were being too loud. And the third night that he did this, 10 o'clock is our quiet time at the campground we stay at. The third night.
What's he saying?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Emily, what was Louie's story?
He told some guy off, and the guy died 2 weeks later.
Oh, did he die from being told off really hard or something?
And he had some pretty harsh words shared with him, so I think he has a guilt complex about it.
And it killed him. Nice.
No.
What?
No. This is the DSC at night.
1015
KGB.
Once there was a nervous little town that was so resistant to change, they locked their doors when the weather changed.
The barometer's dropping! Lock the door!
So when it was announced that the SBC Yellow Pages was changing its name to the AT&T Yellow Pages, the town was curious. How would they find a doctor? Or a florist?
Or a locksmith!
But on the inside, it still had all the complete local information and most up-to-date ads. So one by one, the people opened their doors and picked up their very own AT&T Yellow Pages.
Hey, it's starting to get dark.
Grab the book.
Peace of mind delivered by the new AT&T Yellow Pages. Don't pick up a new book until you see the AT&T logo on the cover. Need something online? Search for it at yellowpages.com. The new AT&T. Your world delivered.
The San Diego SBC Yellow Pages is now the AT&T Yellow Pages, so don't pick up a less complete book. Keep using your SBC book until the new AT&T Yellow Pages arrives.
Snapple fan Paul traveled across the world to talk to a tea farmer about Snapple's new line of white teas.
I know Snapple white teas are lighter in flavor, full of antioxidants, and naturally decaffeinated, but what is white tea?
White tea is made from baby tea leaves, plucked when they are lightest in flavor. Chao bao bao, xiang xiang, xiang ping yang, jing jing jiang.
Beautiful. What does it mean?
Sleep gently, baby tea leaves. Grow light like wind. And there's a line in there about antioxidants.
New all-natural Snapple white teas. Naturally the lightest tasting teas and delicious fruit flavors. Snapple white tea. The lightest teas on earth.
Henry's has a Snapple to please everyone you're shopping for. Come in and try new Snapple white tea in light and refreshing flavors like raspberry, nectarine, and green apple. Or choose one of your favorite Snapple flavors like all-natural Snapple lemon iced tea with real tea and no preservatives. Stop by Henry's today. And don't forget the Snapple.
Every time I visit my parents, my dad always says the same thing to me as I drive off. Don't forget to change your oil. His way of saying I love you, I guess. Now that I've got a Toyota, I've come to see he was right. Well, almost right. Get an oil change, sure, but at a Toyota dealer. See, only certified Toyota technicians have instant access to the latest safety and maintenance info that pertains to my Camry. They even do a complete complimentary vehicle inspection every time I come in. And the way I see it, who's gonna get any job done quicker? Someone who works on every car under the sun, or someone who just works on Toyotas? So now, every time I visit the folks, my last words to my dad are always the same. Don't forget to change your oil at the Toyota dealer. That's my way of saying, I love you back.
Now get a $50 gas card when you buy a set of 4 new tires at your San Diego County Toyota dealer. Call 1-800-SD-TOYOTA for details. Offer ends 7/31/06. Toyota, moving forward.
Do I hear an A? Vitamin A, yes. Vitamin B from the gentleman in the back. Do I hear a K? Yes. Vitamin K from the little lady in red.
Most multivitamins sell you on how many ingredients they can fit in, but Centrum discovered it's about something more. Centrum balances combinations of nutrients like C recharging E to optimize their antioxidant power. A complete formula with 8 interactive combinations that help your body get more out of Centrum.
Calcium, anyone? Do I hear magnesium? So
A lot isn't everything. Centrum is balanced and complete from A to Zinc.
It's the 6th annual Big Bay July 4th fireworks show on San Diego Bay, live at 9 p.m. Hear the soundtrack on 94.1 FM, presented by SAIC, benefiting the San Diego Armed Forces YMCA. Sponsored by Point Loma Nazarene University, Prudential California Realty, Sheraton Hotels, and Barrett America.
The DSC at night.
Hey, don't worry. You don't have to make up stories here. Save that for court.
1015 AGB.
George, you're on I'm an A-hole.
Hi, Dave.
What's up, George?
But I took complete pride and joy in this. Several years back, I was going to school up in Orange County, and they sent this guy from Rhode Island up to Orange County to have this training. He never had any Mexican food, so during lunch one time, we went over to the Mexican restaurant there. It was kind of a buffet thing, and I was telling him, get this, and at the end of the thing, they had a bowl of them hot habanero peppers.
Uh-oh.
So I grabbed a couple and I put them on my plate, and I looked at the guy and I said, hey, get some of these. They're really great. So we go to sit down, of course I'm not going to try one. Them things burn me. But I looked right at him and I said, you've tried that pepper yet? And he ate one. And Dave, it was so funny. It took a second to sink in, and then he literally started crying. And he looked at me and he goes, I'll never forgive you for this.
Now,
it was fun.
Was he crying or just his eyes were watering?
Well, his eyes were watering.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Smoke. You could almost see his stuff coming out his ears.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. You know what's worse than those is those red peppers, those little shriveled up dry red peppers that they put in Chinese food.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't eat
you.
there for that reason.
Yeah, it's bad news. I had those one time in my
That's all
life.
it takes.
Oh, I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous how hot it was. Nothing should be that hot.
I had a meal and it wasn't even a Thai meal, but it was like influenced by that. And I bit into it. I couldn't breathe. It takes your...
Those dried up red peppers have as much of a place and sense in food as crushed glass.
I know. Why would you do that?
What's that in there for?
I don't get it.
All right. I'm an a-hole. Tony, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Hey, good morning.
Morning. You're an a-hole, huh?
It's Tony.
Yes, it is. What'd you do?
Well, my wife Lisa and I are just always bugging on each other, and she kind of got on my nerves, and I had this Dove Square, from a bag of Dove Square chocolates, and I just flipped it out of my fingers. It hurls across the room.
Now, you can't flip something and have it hurl. You have to whip it to get it to hurl.
I totally whipped it.
All right, then. So you whipped a piece of chocolate at your wife.
It hit her square in the forehead.
Yeah.
With such force that the wrapper of the Dove Square left an imprint that she wore the rest of the day.
Jeez. A big brute.
She stay with you after that?
Oh, yeah. We just...
You're still married?
Yeah, it's just a constant battle of wits.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Here is Dar. You're on the DSC, the I'm an A-hole game. What's up, Dar?
Well, I wasn't in A-hole today. This was recently, a couple days ago, visiting with the neighbor lady friends in the front of our house, in the front of my house. The children are busily playing with their squirt guns, and my son was confronted by another neighbor child, and he got squirt straight in the face. The neighbor ladies are gabbing away, not paying any attention to it. I look over, and I'm telling my son, go, Matt, go, Matt, go. Take him down, Matt. And I was just cheering him on, and he took that water gun, grabbed it out of my neighbor friend's hand, took it, dumped the water out, threw it across the street, and I was just cheering him on the whole way.
So you encouraged your child on this little temper tantrum.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no one's going to push him around. So anyway, and the neighbor ladies are like, what's going on? They had no idea. Completely oblivious. But Yeah, I thought that was being an a-hole of a neighbor.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, thank you, Dar.
Thanks.
See you. Jim, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Hey, Dave, Jim.
You got an a-hole moment you want to share with me?
Big one, I think. Back in '87, I was a cop with La Mesa PD at the old Bobby McGee's there in Grossmont Center, where the flame jumper is now. And I was just coming out of a fight, working up to the parking lot, and this car pulls up and pulls into the handicap spot. I looked down, didn't see the handicap plate or the placard in the window. I yelled out to the guy, "You better be limping when you get out of that car." And the guy gets out and he starts walking like the guy on Last Comic Standing with cerebral palsy. So I just kind of slinked back to my patrol car and took off.
What an a-hole.
At least he did what you said. Now, I have a question for you, Jim.
Thanks.
I have a question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Even if you are, let's say you're Heather Mills, you get out of the car, you've got, just one leg. Don't you have to have the sign to park in the handicap sign?
Oh, yes, you do.
Well, then ticket the guy.
Well, being an a-hole that I was, I just wanted to vacate the scene.
He had a sticker, though, right?
No.
No, he didn't have any.
Oh.
See, and that's what I'm saying. You've got to get the sticker.
You've got to have it to park there.
Yeah, so. But there's a crowd, so, I was trying to be the brand new cop that I was, the one to, impress somebody, so being the a-hole.
There's some...
now, I'm not a-hole anymore.
There's very few times that we want to be police officers, and thank God for the police officers out there who do the job for us. Very few times that we actually want to do that.
Well,
But, anytime you see someone parking in a handicap spot, don't just kind of take a little extra time and you watch and you better be limping when you can.
Yep.
I had to park 4 slots down. You'd better just have a stump for a leg when you get out of that car. Don't you?
Yeah.
And when they get out and they're perfectly fine and they're moving along and everything's good, aren't you going, what's that all about?
What is that?
Bugs. All right. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Dan. Love your show.
See you later. I love yours. Grant, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Yeah, I used to work at a bank, and we used to, if you're a non-customer, you had to get your right index fingerprint on the check. So I asked, I need your right index fingerprint. He's all, well, I can't. And I'm like, what, you don't have a finger? And he didn't have a finger.
Didn't have finger? Well, you got no fingers?
Yeah, so the next one, I right away said, do you have a left index finger? And he did, so it worked out okay.
See, I knew you had a finger. Liar. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grant. Rick, you're next here on the I'm an A-hole. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Feeling like an a-hole.
What'd you do?
My wife is pregnant, and usually she's a pretty good dresser, and she's stylish, and she comes home from work nowadays. Our baby's due in 2 months, and she puts on her PJs like 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's done. The whole stylish dressing thing is done.
Yeah.
That's over now.
So I come home, and I wanted to go to get some sushi or something. So I said, and I talked to her about this before I came home, and I said, "Is this how it's going to be?"
Yep.
And she said, "I'm comfortable." And I said, "Yeah, but." She said, "You don't understand. I'm pregnant." I said, "I know, no. But after you're pregnant, is this how it's going to stay?"
Yes.
And she starts crying, and I'm like, "Oh." I said, "Honey, I'm just kidding." And she starts crying.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You weren't kidding. And you weren't kidding.
Well, I was kind of joking around.
No,
with
you
her.
weren't. No, you weren't.
You only stuck.
You let your real feelings escape your lips.
Yeah.
It used to be hot and fun. Well, I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah.
I felt 2 inches tall.
Yeah. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
A-hole. Ryan.
Hey, what's going on?
I heard you're an a-hole.
Yeah, big time.
Tell me why.
Well, my mother is...
Your mother?
deaf, like, yeah, what about
my mother? What about your mother?
Like, profoundly deaf. She can't hear a thing.
She's deaf, okay.
And when I was in high school, I was one of the only ones of my friends that had someone come pick me up from school. Everyone else had to take the bus. So I'd always get mobbed on the way out of class. Hey, can I get a ride with you? Can I get a ride with you? And I was always cool with that because we had a van. But anytime anyone new asked for a ride, and my mom was late picking us up, we'd all pile into the van, and I'd act all steamed, and I'd be like, "Hey, guys, be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't say anything." And we'd get in the car, and I'd go, "Mom, look straight ahead, don't turn around, don't say anything. I am furious. You're embarrassing me in front of my friend. And just chew her out for a good 5 minutes. And this new kid is freaking out. You know, he's all uncomfortable. I can't believe the guy's yelling at his mom like this. And then finally we kind of break it down. She's deaf. Don't worry about it.
Did Mom ever know that you were doing that to her?
I told her a little while later. And
I'll bet you told her the whole truth, too, didn't you?
One time I kind of cussed at you.
I didn't get any Christmas presents that year, but I don't know.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're an a-hole.
Thank you.
But you knew that, didn't you?
I did. I gotta go.
888-570-1015 is our number here. We're playing the I'm an A-hole contest. We'll get you on the radio next year. KGB and Q103.
In his eyes, I'm full grown, 29 and still at home. Raid the fridge, feed my face. I'm the son that's a disgrace. Live here free, don't pay rent. Brought the car back with a dent. I'm asleep, counting sheep. Thought I heard him scream again. Asshole son, you're a bum. You trashed the car again. Asshole son, what a bum, what a bum. Asshole son, mow the lawn and put your clothes away. Asshole son, what a bum, what a bum. What a bum. What a Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you
San Diego. Dave Shelley Chainsaw. We'll be right back. KG.
Krusty the Clown has issued the following statement.
This is the DSC at Night.
1015 KGB. To help Super Lotto Plus players imagine what a buck could do, the California Lottery presents the peaceful sounds of a Hawaiian waterfall. Yep, it's just one of the millions of things you could experience with your millions. So buy a ticket. Then watch the drawing on Wednesdays and Saturdays and you could win over $70 million. Super Lotto Plus. Imagine what a buck could do. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 or older to play. Jackpots paid in 26 annual payments.
Jenny and Bill are getting an RV and traveling the country when he retires. Think we'll be able to do that too?
I don't know.
How come their retirement's already sounding better than ours?
Bill's in the union.
The Southern California Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union. Earn up to $60,000 a year with a chance to make more and draw 2 pensions at retirement. That's getting ahead.
Why aren't you in the union?
I don't know.
Experienced journeyman plumbers and pipe fitters wanted. Call 1-800-657-PIPE or log on to pipecareers.com today.
Hey, Lauren Johnson. You're going to see the new Disney Pixar movie Cars, right?
Who's your favorite car? Lightning McQueen? Fillmore? Mack? You like them all, don't you, Lauren? That's why we think that instead of choosing just one AT&T service, you're going to want them all. And right now, you can get high-speed internet, digital satellite TV, and local and long distance, all for under $75 a month. $75, Lauren. That's lower than Ramon. And he's a lowrider. So that's Lauren's world. For everybody who's not Lauren, if we can deliver the right plan to her, imagine what we can do for you. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit att.com/cars. And see Cars, the new Disney Pixar film, only in theaters. SBC is now the new AT&T. Your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the FUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Hola, amigos! The Borderistas here at On the Border Mexican Grill and Cantina. I am Juan.
Cristina.
And I'm Ruiz.
We're here to talk about everything that sizzles at On the Border.
This new High Five Fiesta?
It's 5 of your favorites in one meal. A sour cream chicken enchilada, a quesadilla dripping with melting cheese,
A crunchy beef taco, a crispy chicken flauta, and my favorite, a tender beef empanada.
And
all for just $11.99.
It's so big, you may be thinking, how do I eat all that?
With a couple of watermelon margaritas.
No, I was thinking alphabetically. You know, empanada, enchilada.
No. The taco is first, Cristina.
No, taco starts with a T.
Technically, it starts with B, beef.
No, it's taco, comma, beef.
The new High Five Fiesta. Only $11.99. Only for a limited time. And only at On the Border.
See what sizzles.
Visit On the Border in Mission Valley across from Nordstrom's Rack, Mira Mesa just off the 15, and El Cajon across from Parkway Plaza.
When you call 1-800-APPLIANCE for any repair, you'll always get a knowledgeable, uniformed repair technician to diagnose your problem, make the necessary repairs promptly, and you won't be overcharged. You'll also get a full year guarantee on all parts and labor. What you won't get is some guy in a broken down truck with the wrong tools trying to figure out the problem. When you don't have time for mistakes, the only number you'll ever need is 1-800-APPLIANCE.
Appliance experts will rescue you. Call 1-800-APPLIANCE. Ooh.
Since 1950, Sid's Carpet Barn has been San Diego's floor covering leader. And now, Sid's is featuring 25-year quick-step laminate flooring that is so real, even you will be fooled. At Sid's, you'll find an amazing selection of beautiful 25-year quick-step laminate flooring with a unique high-density core that provides exceptional moisture resistance. Sid's Carpet Barn, 132 West 8th Street, National City, and in North County at 285 East Carmel Street, San Marcos.
Race fans, start your engines for Race Wednesday with me, Chris Boyer, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Get the good stuff. Surf over to 101kgb.com, throttle down to the contest page, get the details you need to know to win a day of racing with me, Boyer, from KGB and Napa.
This is the DSC at night.
Go to bed!
101.5
KGB.
Go with what the audience likes, and the audience likes telling me how they're an a-hole. 888-570-1015. Come on. This is KGB San Diego, KTMQ Temecula. Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Radio Show. All right, your biggest a-hole moment. What's up, Mike? You're an a-hole.
Yes, I am.
Tell me why.
Good morning, Dave.
Tell me why.
Years ago, a bunch of us had been drinking together, and there was one girl that was very interested in me, so I started flirting with her throughout the evening, and then right at the end of the evening, I told her, you might even get lucky.
You said that. Yeah, you might get lucky, eh?
Then I looked her straight in the face and told her I'd rather sleep with sheep.
Oh! Why?
I just felt like being mean.
Oh. Wasn't she cute?
Yeah, actually she was, but she was kind of like a doorknob, and everybody had a turn.
Oh. Yikes. Wow. That's harsh, Mike.
Wow.
Oh, okay, see you later.
Yeah, but to laughing over it.
That's too harsh to even be
bad, yeah.
kidding around.
Yeah.
Tam, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Dave.
Hello, what?
Hey, I am the world's biggest a-hole.
No question. Give us an example.
My wife and I were getting ready to go out to dinner one night, and she's the love of my life, wonderful girl, treats me like a king. I'm ironing my shirt, and she had just washed her pants, had a pair of chinos with little pocket covers on,
and the corners had come up. And she says, will you iron off these pockets a little bit? And be careful. All right, sweetie, anything for you. I'm so Ginger, lovingly, tender, trying to iron off the pockets of her of her pants while she's wearing them.
Oh.
And she says it. It's her fault. Whatever you do, don't use the steam button.
Oh.
Ow. Had to do it, didn't you?
How can you not?
That's a good question. That is a good rejoinder. How can you not?
I mean, there was no angel on the right shoulder and devil on the left. All of a sudden, I had two devil angels on my shoulders.
You know what? I've done dumb stuff. I really have.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of dumb stuff, but I have never been so dumb as to iron clothes I'm still wearing. And we hear it from people all the time.
I know.
I don't do it.
It was the trust in her voice. Will you just do this little thing and be Ginger?
Take off your pants.
Thank you. I mean, it just doesn't even occur to me. It's not in my world.
Yeah, I know.
You either take off your pants and iron them, or you just don't iron them.
And don't care.
I understand being in a rush and all other things.
me
Look,
too.
then don't iron them. Be on time.
Right.
Be late. Take them off.
Right.
Louis is an a-hole. Find that very hard to believe. Most Louis are sweethearts. What's up, Louis? Louis! Hi, Louis! Louis!
Oh, jeez. Hi, how you doing?
Good. Tell me your story, Louis.
This happened about 20 years ago.
Yeah?
I took my wife to dinner with a
Is
bunch
she
of friends, and I was driving my...
You take her out for sausage and cream sauce? And you show it to her afterwards? I mean, you're driving. You're driving home? Go ahead.
Well, that was it.
What's your story?
Come on.
What?
Oh, God, forget it.
Hey.
That guy should never use the phone.
I know.
Stay with smoke signals or something. I don't know what. Learn
Pony
sign
Express.
language.
The Knicks didn't help him.
Well,
I mean, if you can't run, don't call if you can't run.
Hey.
Sometimes the Knicks get very passionate.
They really do.
You never know what puppet's going to pop out when you call. Just go
Be
with
ready.
it. Tom, you're on the DSC.
Dave.
What's up, Tom?
Come on, Tom. Tell a story.
Why are you an a-hole?
Hey, about 10 years ago, I first started coaching girls softball because I have 3 daughters. And so my daughter was in 8 and unders, and these are all little girls who have never really played much. And we had one girl on our team who was real cocky, and she would just always smack the ball. So in practice one day, I was determined that there's no way this kid's going to get a hit against me. So one of the girls was pitching, and I was standing up back behind shortstop, and she hit the ball my way, and I picked it up, and there's no way this kid was going to make it to first. So I threw the ball as hard as I could, and as soon as I let go of the ball, I look at first base.
There's a little princess
there standing there who's never played before, and she sticks out her glove real carefully, and this ball just nails the palm of her glove and then smacks her in the face.
I did the same thing, Tom. I did the same thing. Oh, we were playing intramural softball, and they got these stupid rules where, if you're playing infield, you can't charge a ground ball. You got to wait till it crosses a certain line. Yeah, well, it's stupid handcuff rules. Anyway, you couldn't charge the ball. So this total lesbian gets up and just tops one. And it's dribbling towards me. I'm like, come on, get to me. I'm dying to get at the ball.
Right.
And she's steaming towards first, and I finally get it, and I pick it up, and I'm 3 feet from the first base, who is a girl, and I whipped it. Now, mind you, when I whip it, it normally goes about 40 feet off target. Normally, can't hit the side of a barn with a ball. But I threw this with deadly accuracy right at her mouth. And all I'm trying to do is get this chick out, and everyone's looking. I mean, naturally, their team hates me, but even my own team hated me at that point.
So, of you two a-holes that are standing right here, how much blood was there with your girl, Dave, and your girl there, Tom?
Actually, it hit her glove and then hit her in the mouth, and then she went over crying to Mom, and I felt like it was about 3 inches tall. And
blood?
There was a little bit of blood back there, but more hit her like in the cheek or something, so it didn't actually like break.
What are you hoping for, a chainsaw transfusion or something like that? Hang a couple of bags on them.
I mean, tell a story.
Oh, God. Have you ever done that? Have you ever thrown a ball and hit a girl in the mouth? It's a great feeling, let me tell you. You just want to die.
Hit an 8-year-old. With the little curly hair and her, little bow and everything, and she's all cute and ready in her little, oh man.
No.
That was hell.
I know it. I feel it. Been there.
I never did it again though, so I guess I'm recovered.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom.
All right, buddy. See you.
Just the handful of pie thrown out the window, and as soon as I let it go, Sharon Ichikawa walks by with her flaxen black, perfect silken hair. Right there.
Jador?
Huh? My brother did. Married the bride.
Did you do your brother?
Only in his dreams.
That's the other guy.
Hit her right in the mouth.
Oh, God. Blood?
I don't remember. I don't know. I was just trying to get the big lesbian out.
Everybody hated you, didn't they?
Oh, hated me. All I was trying to do was be a gamer, and it was a perfect throw.
Nice. Right at her head.
I mean, there was a lot of, why'd you do that? And I think I actually sat there and took it for a little while before I casually mentioned, she could have put her mitt up and caught it. What's she doing at first? If she's a total chicken and can't catch the ball, why is she...
Can't win.
Can't win.
Not gonna.
You can't win. You hit a girl in the mouth with a ball, you're done. No. Jerk. Jim, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Steve.
Hello. What?
Hey, I was about 10 years ago working at Home Depot. A couple comes in. I'm in floor and wall. They want to see carpet. You know that big rotisserie thing of carpet rolls that you can go over, hit a button, and they just go around like a huge carousel. The husband's standing there waiting for their choice to come up. He's like, "Wow, that's like a carousel, ain't it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's 25 cents a ride." And I looked at his wife. I said, "But pregnant ladies ride for free." And she looked at me with this deadpan look face and just said, "I'm not pregnant." Oh. Yeah, I was. I had to sit there in dead silence waiting to cut their carpet for them. But I felt like
You're not pregnant.
No,
you should have demanded.
You
should have demanded a urine test. Yeah, you are. Come on, look, you're huge. Come on, what are you having? Quads in there? What's going on?
Yeah, I was quite the fool that day.
I'm trying to figure out, if I was a lady and someone said, "Yeah, but pregnant ladies," I don't think I would have enough nerve to say, "No, I'm not pregnant. Just kind of lumpy."
Well, she said it. I love your show, Dave.
I love yours. Thank you, Jim.
You bet.
Oh, congratulations.
What for?
Well, you're pregnant.
What?
You're not pregnant?
No, I'm not pregnant.
Are you sure you're not pregnant?
Yes, I'm sure.
That's weird.
Come on, Matthew. No, come on, Matthew.
She was pregnant.
That's how you do it. You sit there and demand proof. You've got to be pregnant. No one can be that big and lumpy. Demand it.
It's just uncomfortable for everyone around.
Not if you demand.
My former partner in Phoenix did that.
If you stay on the attack,
yeah,
then it's not that uncomfortable.
And she kept patting her belly and going, come on, you're pregnant.
Come on, let me feel it kicking.
No, actually, I have a tumor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. What's its name?
Bobby.
Skylar.
It's always
Little
good to
Toomey.
insist. I'm going to drop a name here, so careful. Scoop it up here. Bart Starr, the NFL Hall of Fame quarterback. I was saying, hey, that Ice Bowl? There's a famous football game where the Ice Bowl, and it was in the frozen tundra, and quarterback said, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was 1965, right? I said, no, that was 1967. No, it's 65 because I remember we living in our house on Fremont Street. We didn't move. Yeah, it was 65, right? No, it's 65. Clank. You're arguing with Bart Starr about his own play. Shut up. Okay, let's go to spots. Just live on the air. It was good.
Cool.
But at least you didn't call him fat. There's a slight difference.
True.
There's one thing to argue stats.
Hey, Bart, are you pregnant?
Just a tumor. Skylar the tumor. Mm-hmm. That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Phil, you're on the DSC. What's going on? Oh, you did that?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh.
Cindy did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Bill?
Hi. This is a few years ago when I was in college. We were at a nighttime pool party, and we were, of course, at the poolside, and we had been drinking some and socializing. And me and a buddy of mine decided to be funny and pull a practical prank and throw one of the girls inside the pool.
Let's just grab a girl and throw her in the pool.
Well, we're just trying to be funny and just,
I got it.
It's part of the evening. And so we come to find out, after we threw her in the pool, someone hollered and screamed that she couldn't swim. And then we find out later, a little bit later, that she had a heart condition. So
nice pick.
We all got, a few days later, the dean finally found us, and we all received some type of administrative punishment.
Yeah.
And
we don't really know what, because we threw the dean in the pool, too. Bill, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Hey, guys. I'm an a-hole.
No question. What happened?
I moved to Florida with my girlfriend, or actually fiance at the time, and we got out there. We've been there about 2 weeks, and things just weren't working right, so we decided, we were going to split up. So I was still staying at the house with her, and she decided to go see her mom for the weekend, leave the house to me.
So you're still living with her, even though you guys have decided we're done?
Yes.
That's weird.
Well, heck, I had, we'd only been there a couple of weeks and needed to find a place and all that good stuff.
I'm not saying it wasn't right that you did. I'm just saying it's a weird thing.
Yes, very much so. So she went to her mom's house for the weekend, and she had short red hair, and I called an escort service and requested a young lady with long blonde hair and brought her in and made sure that the time that we spent on the bed was much running of my hands through her hair so that there were quite a few long blonde hairs left on the bed. When she came home from the weekend, she confronted me about it, and I said, well, hold it, we're
done.
We're done.
Yeah.
And I told her, I picked up this chick across the street at the bar there, and we had a good old time. She lost her mind. It was insane.
She lost her mind. How would you feel about that, Shell? Let's play this little scenario out.
Oh, goody.
You and this pretend husband of yours
Right.
decide you're done.
Uh-huh.
But you have to live with each other for a couple of weeks.
Ooh.
And you come home and you find out that he has bedded down another woman in your community bed.
I would hate that.
But you're done.
It's still my bed. I don't think I'd
Still
leave my
his.
bed there.
Still his.
Yeah, I know. I don't think yeah.
Would you lose your mind?
I don't think I'd lose my mind, but I would really, really hate it.
But it's his bed, too.
Yeah, well.
Isn't it fair?
He'd be keeping the bed after that. I wouldn't want it
Better
back.
yet. Perfect. $3,000 sleep train job. I'll take it. Scorched earth policy, whatever you have to do.
Steve, you're on the DSC. What's going on, Steve?
Tell you something.
Tell me something. Go ahead. What?
He's a great guy, Steve. Come on.
I'm only making him talk because he's got a mouthful of food.
Speak, Steve. Come on. I can do this.
What's up, Steve? Steve, are you there?
Makes the impression that much more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. Steve. It won't pick up, Emily.
Hey.
Great guy, bad phone.
Steve, are you there?
Dave,
About
are
time.
you there?
What's up, Steve?
All right. About 2 years ago, I did law enforcement on one of the bases in Virginia. I'm cruising home after a nice shift, and some jackanapes was curling back and forth from lane to lane up ahead of me, causing a good traffic jam. So put my watch hat back on, says police right across the top. Pull up alongside. He and his wife were jamming out in the minivan. Nearly broadside me. He gets a good look at me with the police ball cap on my head. Stands on his brakes, nearly killing everybody behind him. Tears off into a subdivision next to us, trying to get away from me. I laughed my ass off all the way home. So sometimes, if you're doing your job right, you are an a-hole.
All right. Thank you, Steve. See you. One more round. 888-570-1015. A little room for you here. Emily, what am I giving away here?
4-pack of tickets to Not Soak City.
Oh, love Not Soak City.
The John Fogerty The Long Road Home CD and DVD.
Beautiful. If you are the A-est, holiest one of them all, 888-570-1015 will get you on the KGB next. This is the DSC at night. KGB.
This is one dish you can't avoid on the drive home.
Do you ever have a booty call with one of them hot naval nurses?
Ooh.
I take it that's a no.
No. I do work with a nurse, though.
Is she hot?
Well, I don't know if you want to call 46 extremely hot, yeah.
It's like a pair of shoes. The older they get, the finer they wear, my friend.
Isn't that the truth?
It's just the really bad smelling shoes you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Our beloved Ditch on 1015 KGB.
Finally, a one-stop shop for buying, selling, and refinancing a home. It's the Real Estate Advantage, where all real estate agents are also loan officers. With a Real Estate Advantage, you'll save money every step of the way, and they can close most loans in just 2 weeks. Call 619-334-2424. That's 619-334-2424. Remember, most loans close in just 2 weeks. 619-334-2424.
You need the Real Estate Advantage.
Snapple fan Paul traveled across the world to talk to a tea farmer about Snapple's new line of white teas.
I know Snapple white teas are lighter in flavor, full of antioxidants, and naturally decaffeinated, but what is white tea?
White tea is made from baby tea leaves, plucked when they are lightest in flavor. Ciao bao bao, xiang xiang, xiang yang jing jing jiang.
Beautiful. What does it mean?
Sleep gently, baby tea leaves. Grow light like wind. And there's a line in there about antioxidants.
New all-natural Snapple white teas. Naturally the lightest tasting teas and delicious fruit flavors. Snapple white tea. The lightest teas on earth.
Vons has a Snapple to please everyone you are shopping for. Come in and try new Snapple white tea in light and refreshing flavors like raspberry, nectarine, and green apple. Vons knows you like variety, so they carry so many flavors of Snapple. One that's just going to be right for you. Stop by Vons today, and hey, don't forget the Snapple.
Tim Sabo. You remind us a lot of Lightning McQueen. You know, from the new movie Cars, you like things fast, you're confident, and deep down, you've got a big carburetor. Well, heart. Anyway, back to the speed and confidence. You should sign up for AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. Just $12.99 a month for 12 months when new customers order online. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months free. For a limited time, it's just $12.99 a month. And you'll be so fast, you could probably beat Lightning once around the internet. So that's Tim's world. For everybody that's not Tim, if we can deliver this kind of speed to him, imagine what we can do for you. Just visit att.com/cars and see Cars, the new Disney Pixar film, only in theaters. SBC is now the new AT&T. Your world, delivered.
New customers only. Taxes, other charges, and the FUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
DSC at night.
KGB.
Well, from the file of hitting a broad in the mouth with a ball.
Yeah.
DSC at 101KGB.com. Dear Dave, playing tag with my teenage son, large handball. My son ran downstairs and hid behind my mother-in-law, who was sitting in her chair. I throw the ball real hard at my son, and I hit my mother-in-law in the mouth. This is bad and good all at the same time because my mother-in-law was and still is the biggest a-hole in the world. Dear Dave, I was at Disneyland this past weekend. One of the first rides we went on was the Matterhorn. There was a kid about 5 years old behind me, and he kept hitting me. That's fun.
That is just so frustrating.
You're on a plane. There's some kid kicking your seat.
And the parents aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Having once been the Chuck at Chuck E. Cheese, I have a short fuse with annoying kids. I'd finally had enough. So I smoothly stuck my butt back out towards his head and let it rip. Oh, this bomb spread quickly. And soon everybody got some, but I was laughing at the kid who got the worst of it. And you know what, Dave? That's what he gets. Love your show, Craig.
Craig.
Oh, Craig. Oh, Craig. He farted on a kid's head.
I love that.
Should have spit Bloody Mary at him.
Right.
I swear, if that kid throws food at me, I'm going to spit my Bloody Mary in her face. And I looked at her going, baby, what happened? Is your head going to spin around? She was just in a bad mood.
Hey, little kid starts throwing food at you, I might have to take some sort of action.
You know, I got stuck going to Nordstrom this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, and she drove.
I'm gonna really eat it from Boyer now.
He was shopping in a
Yes, I was at
department
Nordstrom
store.
this weekend.
Right.
What? Go ahead. You all got something to say to me? Go ahead. Do you have daughters?
What department?
Do you have girls' clothes? All of them. Cosmetics, bras.
Oh, boy.
Shoes and clothes. The Rail, Savvy, TBD, we were everywhere. What do you want to do?
What are you doing?
Shopping for clothes with my daughter.
Why?
Because I have a child.
You also got a girlfriend. What'd she do? Let her
Busy.
take the kid.
She had Allie. I had Carly.
Ooh. She can't take both?
Well, Carly needed clothes. They didn't have any new shoes or clothes at the barn. Come on, bring it.
All right.
Come on, make me feel it. Come on, make me bleed.
God, David, what? You got to be a better delegator than that.
Why?
Yeah.
What should I have done?
You say to the girlfriend, take the kid shopping. I'm going to the barn. Well, stop by on the way when you're done. Give me a beer. I got grass to go lie on.
What if later on they have car trouble? What do you do then?
Tell them to call a tow truck.
A tow truck? How dare you? You fix it yourself there on the side of the 163.
Well, you can borrow my trailer, but
Yes, my daughter needed clothes, and so I took her shopping. What?
Okay.
What?
Well, I suppose it's a good thing to do.
He supposes.
I should have hit her in the head with a ball and left her there bleeding, right?
Tied her up in the garage.
Give her a roll of duct tape and tell her to fashion her own dress out of cardboard and tape, David.
Being a snob is a bad thing, but I think it's slightly mitigated if you at least acknowledge, I'm a snob.
Yeah.
I don't like shopping at Nordstrom with the riffraff because I'm a snob.
Yeah.
Yes. I like shopping at Nordstrom at 11 o'clock on Tuesday.
Me too.
Oh, it's the best.
Because there's
It's so
nobody
awesome.
there.
Yeah.
There's no one there. Carly has not learned this yet. And so she comes to me on Saturday morning and tells me, I gotta have it right now. So I end up taking her not only to Nordstrom on Saturday, but during the half-freaking yearly sale.
Yes, I've already been there twice. Oh, it's so cool.
Women are changing their babies' diapers on the floor right in front of you. We're country. There's a screaming baby there. And mom isn't doing anything about it.
Right.
And I'm going extra, God, like that. And she gave me such a dirty look because her brat was screaming.
Yeah.
And she wasn't doing anything about
That's
it.
your fault.
Yeah, she's the victim.
No, she was insulted that I was irritated with her screaming brat.
Why don't you stuff a sock in its mouth and wrap it with duct tape and send it home?
How many people said that to your mother?
What are you, like a mass murderer now all of a sudden?
I
Or
don't
what?
know. I'm
You're
just-
one of the most tender guys I know. You don't do any of this stuff. You don't say any of this stuff. You don't act this way.
Oh, I've told off plenty of kids who've kicked me in the back in the theater seats.
What did you say?
Cut that out.
No, you didn't.
Did you kill him?
No, you did. Did you stuff
a sock in their mouth and wrap them with duct tape
and send them home?
I
Or
didn't
did you
need
cut
to.
their legs off? Did you go all Heather Mills on them?
Didn't need to do it because
Or did you
that-
get up and move?
That stopped it right there.
I bet you got up and moved.
Full theater. Where you going? It's a
I don't
premiere.
believe you.
Okay, that's fine. Then we can go to the movies sometime, David. and-
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you turned around and barked at the kid and cussed him out.
Absolutely.
I don't believe you. You're lying, aren't you?
I am not.
You sternly cussed at a child.
Yes, I told another kid. I said, "Cut it out, hole."
You did not.
Either that or was knock that
off. You used a curse word.
No,
yes.
wait a minute. You suddenly launched into calling the child an a-hole.
Two different instances.
You called a child an a-hole. You swear? You swear on your...
I swear on my eyes. I said something to the effect of...
Cut his eye
Something to the effect. Here it comes.
Nearsighted.
This is the tiniest little crack.
Hey, a-hole.
I don't believe
Cut that off.
I don't believe it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay.
Why should I? You've proved yourself to be the biggest liar lately.
All right. If you were the mother of the little a-hole at the La Mesa Dog Park, who I told to cut that
Now
out,
you're a tough guy on the radio, but in person, you really didn't do it.
Now, wait a minute.
At
La
the
Mesa
dog
Dog
park?
Park?
Yeah.
I thought you said you were at the
two,
movies.
Two separate instances.
Okay, what happened at the dog park?
You're watching a film.
Some kid was going to open the gate between the big dog area and the little dog area.
Uh-huh.
And you can't have that happen because the little dogs are going to get clobbered. So he's in there fiddling with the latch or
So
something.
you went all Barney Fife on the kid.
Yeah.
Citizens erased.
I said, hey, a-hole, cut that ass out.
I hear Mandarin.
I don't believe him.
Okay.
Because he talks this way, but then in real life situations, he's not that way.
He's very gentle.
Yeah.
He's tender. He's sweet. He's precious.
He's a great guy, Steve.
You're the most precious man I know.
I had the hunger anger.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you'd go to a dog park and pass by sombreros and not get a burrito. Take it
I'm
with you.
famous, you know. Your name is on my car. Have you got a free taco if you're being... Chris, you're on the DSC. What's going on?
Dave, I love your show, first off. Second off, if Boyer did that to one of my boys in the theater, I would beat his ass right there in front of everybody.
You know what?
He did do it. He did do it to your boy. Come beat his ass.
Yeah, come on.
Hey.
Bring some duct tape.
To the caller, I say, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but encourage it.
You ought to beat the hell out of your kid for kicking my seat. You're a bad parent.
Oh, boy.
Well, first off, I'm not a bad parent. That's an unfair judgment. If you handled it properly, the proper way to do that would be to bring it to my attention and let me discipline my child properly. But you have no grounds or no right to discipline my child, and all that's gonna unleash just total violence.
He's right.
On my part.
You know what?
He's right.
Absolutely.
He is right.
He's saying it properly. Should he be violent now? The caller, Chris?
You're not doing your job. If you were doing your job as a
Hold
parent,
on.
your kid wouldn't be kicking the seat.
Hold on, douchebag, Ola.
I mean, the caller, Chris, I got to call out. I mean, here he is. If you did the proper thing, Chris, you would have come to me, and now, the unholy hell, I'd beat the hell out of you and go to jail.
Well, he's defending his kid.
Right.
Not
all of a
from any
sudden-
physical attack. I mean,
Well,
would you condone violence against Boyer in
A double
situation
cuss
like
word.
that?
A double cuss word barking at your kid.
No, I would not go to violence because then you get arrested and then suddenly you've topped him in a-holeness.
So what?
So what?
So what?
You've just topped him in a-holeness. If it's an a-hole fight,
It's an a-hole contest. The biggest a-hole wins.
the biggest a-hole's in jail in this case.
Well, I don't believe Boyer, for one thing. But secondly, a kid kicking your seat is not bad parenting.
It is if you're not paying attention to the kid.
No,
it
it isn't.
isn't.
No, it isn't. Because
Good
Children
God.
get fidgety.
Kids squirrel around, Boyer.
Yeah.
Come on.
You-
They
what-
accidentally
You
kick,
probably did it.
and they
With your
usually
children's
You don't
child-sized
know-
checker boots.
You don't know jack cheese about being a parent. But let me tell you, when you are a parent and you go to the movies, you don't sit there and take position and stare at your child and make sure that they don't do anything to annoy anybody. Sometimes kids are moving around and they do stuff and you happen to be, I don't know, watching a movie and you don't see it happen. It doesn't make you a bad parent.
And then when the person patiently turns to the parent and asks, your child is kicking, would you mind? Oh, okay. And usually that's all it takes.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's no call for cursing at the kid.
And I can understand, Chris, the caller's reaction to you calling the kid right
Yeah.
off an a-hole, and he would be reacting poorly if he were to fight you, but you don't start it.
See, this is why you're
way.
Carmela. I said, this is why you're Carmela, because you're such a goody-goody.
You say Carmela one more time, I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
You're Carmela. You're Carmela.
All
Goody,
right.
goody, good.
And here I am not beating the crap out of you. So
See?
I'm Silvio. Give me Silvio.
No, you're Carmela, and you prove it every day because you're such a goody.
She's a hypocrite.
But you're a goody.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You are such a goody.
Let me kill somebody now. Let me Silvio.
Let me see your shoes. Let me see your shoes. Goody two shoes.
Hey, these are Allen Iverson high tops.
You know what?
Wannabe poser.
You are
such a goody.
Totally.
You are, Carmelo, because you're on this show, and instead of quitting and being upstanding, you've said, I'm sticking with Tony. I'm sticking with the show,
Yeah.
even though it does occasionally wrong, and there are bad things that happen on it.
So anyway,
I'm
back to the
sticking with
interesting bit.
Thank you, David.
You actually cursed at a child?
Yeah.
What a creep.
Yeah, of course
And you
I
think
would.
you think that's proper?
Sometimes.
Well, if I do it, it is. If
they
anyone
don't-
else does it, it's not.
First of all, he didn't.
I
Okay,
know he
let's just
didn't.
clear that
It's a
out.
lie.
Right? He
You
did
think
not
he's lying too?
Yes, of course. He didn't curse at the child.
Twice, he says.
Two different occasions.
No,
Two
you
lies.
said, hey, you little a-hole, cut that S out.
That was at the dog park.
Right.
And then the other time where I said,
He's morphing two incidents.
knock that crap off, was
He's allegedly morphing
was in a
two-
movie theater.
Two fabrications.
I didn't think it was crap. I thought it was
You said it was S,
S.
Yeah.
and you insisted that it was S, and you insisted that, yes, you have twice cursed at a child.
Yeah, at least twice.
And you think
Those are the big two that
and
I
you
remember.
think that's acceptable behavior?
Yes, because their behavior was totally unacceptable, and their parent
Oh, so two wrongs make a right.
didn't do anything about it.
Two wrongs make a right.
So if you're not going to be the parent, then I will.
Two wrongs make a right. I will. You're not a parent.
Babysitter to the world.
You think you're like the prison guard of the world. Yeah, dirty screw, see?
That never works.
Walking around with your nightstick flipping it.
Yeah.
Only when it
Citizens Reyes.
directly impacts me. Now, if that child is doing it to somebody else, I have no cause or reason to step in. But if that child is doing something that affects me, then I have my right and obligation.
No, you don't.
To
What
make
are
sure
you talking about?
What do
You
mean, what am I
drop the
talking
added
about?
bomb when just a little nudge will do the job.
What do you mean, what am I talking about?
You're cursed at a child who wasn't doing anything on purpose to you.
He was kicking the back of my seat.
Yeah, probably just fidgeting the way kids do.
Okay, well, don't do that.
That's all you got to say.
Instead of dropping a curse word. How would you like it if you were that child and Lord knows you fidget? And you accidentally kicked. How would you feel about that adult for the rest of your life, Scar Boy?
Scar Boy.
Baggage man, Skycap.
It is coming from somewhere. You know that.
You know what?
Something's bringing
How
this
would,
out.
how
Yeah.
would that go over with you? Would that modify your behavior in a positive way, or would you resent that guy until now?
I would probably modify my behavior.
I would have learned from it. I would have learned from it. I would have become a better
I
person.
would have taken it
Liable.
constructively.
I would have taken that
Here's the
incident
most-
and said, I hope I could be that way sometime when I grow up.
The most uncoachable person in the world,
Yeah.
who takes directions. Hey, go right, and he'll go left.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was 5 years old, I was kicking the fence so this dog would bark. I was on my way home from school, and the guy who owned the dog sneaks around. I don't see him because I'm just an idiot not paying attention, and I'm kicking the fence. And the guy spins me around, and he gets in my face. He goes, "Don't you ever do that, ever!" And he yelled at me, and he was right. And I haven't kicked the fence at a dog since. I learned my lesson.
Like this means something, you know?
What an anecdote.
What a story. You know, you're just like ribbon. You tie everything up in a pretty little bow.
I went home, I changed my pants, and I didn't kick the dog at the fence anymore.
And you were scarred for life, weren't you?
No.
It modified your behavior, didn't
Yes,
it,
it
David?
did.
Yeah, I decided from that moment on.
Did Larry come out and kick the crap out of him?
No. Why would he do that? The guy was right.
The guy was definitely right for
scolding you
for kicking a fence. He was saving your ass from antagonizing an animal that could hurt you, and he didn't cuss you out. And he startled you to get your attention. These are all proper parenting techniques. You cussed a child out.
Did he necessarily demean you? He just scolded you properly.
Did he call you names? Do you think name calling a child is proper technique?
You know what?
Name calling.
It's probably not the best technique, but it is effective.
How do you know? How do you know? You've never received it. Did Mr. Jenkins next door, you already had respect for him, so this worked. It was a buildup of trust, so it actually meant something when he did it.
I never met this guy.
But a complete liar. But a complete stranger who cursed at you would be a completely different scenario.
This guy was a total stranger. Never met him before. It was on my way home from school.
Mike, you're on the Mike, you're on the DSC. It's an a-hole contest. Boyer's about to win it.
Dave,
Do something quick.
I'm an asshole.
What happened?
Okay, my wife got thyroid cancer the year we got married. Had her thyroid removed, and she's got no hormones now. So we get into an argument a couple of years later, and I tell her she's milking the cancer.
Wow.
Emily, the winner is on line 4.
Nick of time, Boyer. You're safe.
It was very close there for a minute.
Quite close, yes.
Thank you, Mike.
Photo finish.
Here's Jenny. You're on the DSC. What's going on, Jenny?
Hey, I just wanted to give a call and let you guys know that, yes, Boyer is wrong again. You should not reprimand a child that is not yours, either verbally or physically. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You deserve an ass whooping by that kid's parents, without a doubt.
You know what? That parent was doing their job.
Just hold your
wouldn't have
water.
happened.
Hold your water for 5 seconds. Anything else you want to say, Jenny?
Yes, and that you are also wrong.
Tell me.
You are a bad parent if you are not watching your child and paying attention to him to make sure that he is not kicking someone
Do
else.
you have kids, Jenny?
Of course I do.
Where are they right
9
now?
and 10-year-olds.
Where are they right now?
They are in their last day of school.
So you're not watching them? You bad parent. You're a bad parent, Jenny. You're not sitting there watching your kids. You're a bad
They're
parent.
in school.
Get out of here. Get out of my town.
We're
crisscrossing.
What are you talking about?
When you're in a public place, you need to be watching your children so they don't affect others in a wrong way.
Yeah, no, duh,
If
but you
someone is-
don't always.
What if it's an
someone is
accident?
No, you know that children are fidgety, and you know that they, don't.
So your kids have never done that?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, then you're
You
a bad parent.
You correct them right away and tell them you don't kick other people's chair. You're invading their space. That's their space. And you show them that, how it feels to have their chair kicked so they understand.
Right, I understand that, but it doesn't make you a bad parent if your kid gets fidgety.
No, but if you don't do anything about it, it does.
Duh.
And this had gone on. This was not just like one kick. I mean, this guy was like Gene Krupa over here keeping time. It's like Charlie Watts behind me.
That's pretty good.
I'm sure it was just like that.
I bet it wasn't.
Of course it wasn't, but it was funny.
That's another lie.
Another lie, but that was pretty funny. You miss one. You can't bird dog them 100% of the time.
And what if it's a parent with 4 kids? Or, what if you can't watch every single child every single second?
Then you're a bad parent.
I'm
Then
sorry.
don't take them out.
Right. Just lock them in the closet.
Split
Lock
up
them
the
away
duties.
until they're 18.
Maybe if you're a better spouse, you would have kept your other one and kept him from divorcing you and leaving you with 4 kids.
Here we go.
And there's always that leap, the assumption that the
Right.
parent is being purposely and chronically neglectful. But in a lot of scenarios, what if that person had just, received some horrible news and was just going, oh my God, they look down. Boyer, when you've had bad news, and I know you've had some in the last year or two, did you ever look away from your children for 5, 10 seconds, maybe even a minute? In a public place?
If the news was so horrible that I could still sit for the free movie, it must not have been too bad.
Or in any public place, like in an airport or wherever in transition where you're in a public place and the news has been so horrific.
Wait a minute.
That for 2 seconds, you lose track of your 4 kids.
It doesn't
and
have
they
to be
accidentally
that.
kick something. I'm just putting an extreme situation. And then
Why do we have to be extreme with him? Why can't we reason with him?
Because
that's
you know
impossible,
better than
Dave.
that. Come on, Dave. Now who's being a kook? Nothing works anyway. You're right.
So anyway, I was at Nordstrom.
Yeah.
What are you not doing that, man. You're selling.
DSC at night.
1015 KGB.
It's time for the Melon Match mailbag. Susie from Cyprus writes,
Dear Chip, thanks to your show, I found 3 perfect melon matches. I adore Dulcinea's juicy Pure Heart seedless watermelon, and their Sunny Gold honeydew is always dripping with sweetness. Then there's Dulcinea extra sweet Tuscan-style cantaloupe with grooves that change color to tell me when it's ripe. Oh, I love them all. How am I supposed to decide?
Susie, Dulcinea produce is always a perfect match. Go ahead, enjoy all 3 guilt-free.
Dulcinea Premium Produce. Guaranteed sweet and juicy, exactly the way you want it.
The good news is it is not too late to get a low mortgage interest rate. Rates still at that 30-year low at Park Place Funding. Call them now. Park Place Funding will pay all your closing costs and fees, and they won't add to your loan balance. Now, so many lenders hide and they disguise fees and costs, but Park Place Funding gets you the best interest rate and pays all your closing costs and fees. Make closing costs a thing of the past. They'll come to you, no obligation, for an in-home consultation. Talk to Park Place Funding today. Call 866-491-FUND. That's 866-491-FUND.
Licensed by the DRE number 014033138.
Oh, man, it's hot.
Way to state the obvious.
Stop the car! What is it? I need medical attention.
Why?
I thought I saw a sign that said 42-ounce soft drinks are only 69 cents.
Yeah, there, at McDonald's.
It's real?
42-ounce soft drinks for 69 cents, yeah.
You see, you've got it too, man.
What?
Heat stroke.
I think they really just have 42-ounce soft drinks for 69 cents.
Icy cold 42-ounce soft drinks are just 69 cents at McDonald's. Cool down with a refreshing Coca-Cola or zero-calorie Diet Coke. Replenish with a thirst-quenching Powerade or tangy Minute Maid Light Lemonade. And hey, this offer is only for a limited time.
So refreshing. The heat has disappeared.
So have my brakes.
Prices and participation may vary.
Enter to win a $700,000 John Lang home for only $200 in the Ronald McDonald House Charities Raffle. Visit sdmcdonalds.com or any McDonald's for details. Ticket sales end June 30th.
Serving
Chris, you're Hillary.
Whatever. I mean, you know, we can all
admit it.
You're all set.
We know you love Hillary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. If I ever go gay, she's the one. Look,
I don't believe you, Jason, that you'd have no problem with a stranger name-calling and cursing your child. I don't believe you, unless you hate your kids.
Might be extreme, but you know, correcting a child when they're acting up, I believe that there's nothing wrong with someone else correcting my child. If
That's
he's
old
acting
school.
up.
That is old school. You're talking about that. That is old school. You know, the whole World War mentality.
By name calling and cursing?
Not that.
That's the
Not that.
These are two different issues here.
Yes, they are.
Name calling and cursing is not correcting.
No.
Name calling is more like name calling and cursing. It's wrong.
And back in the old days, the parents didn't curse children.
Exactly.
You know, GD maybe, get off my GD long, but they would never call him an a-hole or drop the S or F-bomb on kids.
Well, I'm not good with it.
No,
I'm not good with it at all.
I'm good with the other parents correcting the proper way, absolutely.
I'll bet it would sting a little bit. I'll bet if you're sitting there and you're not paying attention and all of a sudden someone's correcting your child, I'll bet it would be hard to take.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to say, I'm good with it, I think it's right. It's hard to take.
Both.
Well, because it probably makes you feel inadequate as a parent, not knowing you're not doing your job.
No, it's just embarrassing, that's all.
You know how many times you have to spin around and look at the kid who's kicking the back of your seat before you finally go, hey, a-hole, knock it off. Or knock that
Yeah, I
crap
don't
off,
do
or
that.
whatever.
And
What?
neither do you.
You don't what?
I don't turn around and name call and curse people who are kicking my seat, and neither do you.
I've done it in the theater.
I don't believe you.
Okay, that's fine. I can't. We're at an impasse. I can't do anything. I don't have videotape of it. I can't
Was Jill there?
prove. I probably was. It was a movie premiere.
What did the parent of the child do?
She reached over, or he reached over to the kid. Johnny, knock that off.
And you said a-hole.
I would so not be cool with that.
Like I said, knock that S off.
Yeah. Here's Shannon. You're on the DSC. What's going on?
Okay, so let me preface the story by saying I realize it's a little but nevertheless has potential to be a pretty entertaining story. My wedding is this coming weekend, and this weekend that just passed, I picked up my wedding dress and took it to my sister's house to, put it in her guest room so that it could all, lay out, not get wrinkled, all that kind of stuff. So my sister's friend comes over with her 2-year-old who is, it's not a secret, he's just a little jerk. and his parents don't know how to tell him no. He's just so bad. So I said to my sister's friend, Austin can't come over if he's not going to stay out of this room because it's just not worth it. She's like, oh, no, he'll be fine. So we're sitting there watching TV, and I hear Austin playing with the door. And I said, Austin, come over here, get away from the door. And his mom makes the mistake of saying, Shannon's beautiful wedding dress is in there. You don't want to go in there and touch it. She'll get really mad. Okay, well, what does that do? Obviously, the kid wants to go in and play with the wedding dress. So a few minutes later, I'm in the bathroom, and I hear noise that is very familiar, the under part of the dress, the big poofy. And I walk in, and he's standing under my dress. And I'm like, Austin, you need to come out of this room right now. Ha, 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 laughing. I pull him out of the dress. He has a pen in his hand, and he grabs the part of the dress, and it's satin. He grabs it, and he holds the pen to it and says, you don't yell at Austin. I'm
going to beat the crap out of him for talking about himself in third person.
No, he wouldn't.
What's that?
He was exaggerating. Again.
So I just said to the mom, I said, if you do not come get your kid, he would never mark on it. So I grabbed Austin, I smacked his hand, he started crying. I said, Jessica, take your kid out of here. I was so pissed. I mean, obviously that's just the mom not caring. It's a little different, and she was right there.
There's definitely people that don't care when their kids are acting up, and that's annoying for everybody.
Oh, it's so frustrating. So
I would not have her back in the house.
Well, it's not my house, not my friend.
He's so
Nevertheless.
stern. You might as well change your name to Howard Stern. Why don't you? Just change your name to Howard Stern. Nothing gets by me. Where's your pointer? Your arthritic, gnarled hand.
Yay! No. Do I need one of those? Okay.
Dear Dave, I'm pretty attentive when I take my kids out in public. I have certain expectations for their behavior, and my boys know what those are. When we go to the theater, they know they're not supposed to talk loud, kick seats, play around, blah, blah, blah. If Boyer had cussed out my kids like he claims to have, I guarantee the best thing going on in that theater would not have been the movie, but the ass kicking I would have applied to Boyer. And he'd be wearing a bucket of popcorn like a feed bag after I let my boys give him an atomic wedgie.
Well, you sound like a wonderful parent, and I'm sure your children won't grow up and be in jail at all.
The leaps, it's just amazing. The blackness, the whiteness, and then the wild leap into, well, he'll probably be in jail
Why don't you
someday.
spend some time at home learning how to bake a cake with a file in it, because they're going to need it.
Jesus. Yes, he's really like this.
Actually, that's
And see, if I was Judge Roy Bean, and these two came up to me, and Boyer's got a black eye and a bloody nose, and he's brought this guy standing next to him into the court and saying, I want him prosecuted for beating me up.
Right.
And the judge, say, why? Why'd you beat him up, sir? Because he called my kid an a-hole? I'd be like, that's what you get.
Right.
That's what
You're
you
picking
get.
a fight by doing that. You'll take the most non-violent person and turn them violent by attacking someone's child. That's the most precious thing to them. It's stupid.
Well, apparently it's so precious you haven't paid attention to the little piece of crap for 20 minutes while he sits here and annoys me.
Hey, Boyer, if it was a huge guy, if it was Mr. T behind you and he was kicking, what would you do?
Move.
Would you turn around and say, hey, a-hole? If it was Mike Tyson behind you, flailing away with his feet. So it's okay for you to bully the kid, but the other way around. Come on, what would you do?
Mike Tyson is kicking me?
Yes. How fast
I'd
do you
put my
run?
hands over my ears and run away.
Oh, you can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh, Rico?
Absolutely, that's the American way. Yes.
We didn't even do sports yet?
No.
Flip it. Just flip it.
Flip it?
Yeah, flip it.
Sorry.
It's all right.
See what you do.
Mickelson lost, blah, blah, blah. Game 7 Stanley Cup tonight, 5.
We'll have it coming up in just a couple minutes here for you.
That's all right.
Once again, we got all wrapped up in Boyer's brilliant parenting techniques.
And I have brilliant parenting techniques because I am not biased by being a parent.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Kind of the same way you don't know anything about cars? The chainsaw knows more about cars than you do? Because he's not biased?
His opinion is totally unbiased. Absolutely.
So
He's better to make judgments that are not clouded by
is he
past
better about
behavior.
cars than you?
You know,
can't even answer a question anymore.
Yes, he's more unbiased. He is more unbiased.
Am I more of an expert? Can't have it both ways. Be consistent.
Yes, you're an expert. More of an expert
than you are.
Than I am.
Yes.
See, so you owe him an apology.
Yeah.
For that day you got all torqued at him for helping you change the tire. He's clearly the expert. You're just a bumbler. And you got all mad at him. Apologize.
Chainsaw, I apologize for trying to kill you.
F off, a-hole.
This is the DSC at night.
KGB.
Customers have great things to say about American Shooting Center in Kearney Mesa. They offer private lessons in a comfortable environment.
I got tired of seeing my firearms sitting in a cabinet. American Shooting Center shooting range is the perfect place to put them to use.
Experience American Shooting Center's indoor shooting range and retail store. 5590 Ruffin Road, just south of the 52 in Kearney Mesa. 858-279-7233 or go to 101kgb.com and enter keyword shooting.
On the Border Mexican Grill and Cantina announces a new menu item. The High Five Borderista, only $11.99, includes 5 of your favorites in one meal. A scrumptious sour cream chicken enchilada, a delicious quesadilla with melted cheese, a crunchy seasoned beef taco, a crispy chicken flauta, and a tender beef empanada. All 5 only $11.99 for a limited time. The High Five Borderista now being served at On the Border Mexican Grill and Cantina in Mission Valley, Mira Mesa, and El Cajon. On the Border, Mexican with a twist.
Where were you 2 months ago on the 21st at about 8 p.m.?
Well, honey, that's when I ordered our bundle from the phone company.
I see. So you cut down my favorite tree for the satellite dish.
Think of all the sunshine.
And the bundle came with lower speed DSL.
More time to collect your thoughts while waiting for downloads.
And what is a subscriber line charge?
Not getting all you want from the phone company? Time Warner Cable gives you on-demand programming and HD channels with digital cable, blazing fast downloads with Roadrunner high-speed online, and unlimited local and long-distance calling with digital phone service.
And you signed a contract.
I want a lawyer.
Get what you want with bundled services from Time Warner Cable.
And now get 2 general admission tickets to the San Diego Zoo when you sign up for digital phone service from Time Warner Cable. This offer's for a limited time only, so call Time Warner Cable today.
The best new cars make the best used cars.
We've got it. Yeah, we've got it.
Toyota certified used vehicles come with a 160-point quality inspection, a 3-month, 3,000-mile comprehensive warranty, a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus 24-hour roadside assistance. And now get 4.9 financing for up to 60 months on all certified used Tundras. Yes, 4.9 on Tundra.
We've got what it takes. San Diego.
Available through Toyota Financial Services to qualified Tier 1 and 1 Plus credit customers only. 4.9% APR includes 60 monthly payments of $18.83 per thousand borrowed. For example, 10% down. Down payment varies with credit. Purchased from dealer stock by midnight 7506. Comprehensive warranty from date of certified purchase. Powertrain warranty and roadside assistance from date when first sold as new. For details, call 1-888-SG-TOYOTA. Toyota, moving forward.
The Diamond Source, San Diego's finest jewelry store.
The Diamond Source has gained an impeccable reputation because I personally select the world's finest ideal cut diamonds, GIA or AGS, natural yellow, pink, and blue diamonds, the unique Tycoon cut diamond, and the most beautiful rubies, sapphires, emerald, and more, all set into magnificent jewelry designs at the best prices anywhere.
For absolute confidence, buy a Marco Levy diamond and jewelry at the Diamond Source in Old Town.
Where's the best place to dance, party, and meet new people? The Second Wind Bars in East County, with the friendliest bartenders in town. The Second Wind Bars are one of the few places in San Diego where you can see live classic rock on any weekend. There's no cover and no hassles. Just the best bars around to hang out with friends, shoot some pool, and enjoy a great cocktail. Make the Second Wind Bars in East County your regular spot at 8515 Navajo Road in San Diego and 8528 Magnolia in Santee. It's the Second Wind Bars.
Race fans, start your engines for Race Wednesday with me, Chris Boyer, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Get the good stuff. Surf over to 101kgb.com, throttle down to the contest page, get the details you need to know to win a day of racing with me, Boyer, from KGB and Napa.
101.5
KGB.
Thank God there's DSC at night.
DSC at
That's
night.
101.5 KGB, baby.
What's everyone want to talk about, Emily? How many people want to beat up Boyer now?
Every single caller. And I have full phone lines.
Hi, you're on the DSC.
Yeah, David, this is Mike. Listen, I have a question for Chris.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, this is not going to go well.
Chris, listen, I have a 5-year-old daughter who has Down syndrome, and when she doesn't get her way, she throws a temper tantrum like you wouldn't believe. How would you handle that?
I would take my daughter and I would take her to a place where I could...
No. He's got his daughter, and she's throwing a temper tantrum, and it's invading your precious personal space.
Okay.
How are you going to handle it?
As her parent or
No,
as me?
you, Chris Boyer.
I would say, knock it off. What are you doing?
And curse her?
What the hell are you doing?
Would you curse her?
It depends on if she was physically striking me or
Yeah,
if
she's physically kicking the chair. Would you curse her?
Yeah, I probably would tell her to cut that crap out. Cut that S out.
And how do you think that'd go over?
And you'd call her an a-hole.
If she did it again.
You would do that to any child with special needs or who has like Down syndrome like my daughter does?
Does she have a shirt on that says, I'm a special needs child?
You're a liar.
You don't do this
Would
stuff.
I recognize that she was a special needs child just by looking at her?
What are you doing?
Why do you think you're like Sawyer on Lost or something? You're not. You're not Sawyer. You're Boyer.
Okay, well,
And you're also a great guy who is perfect in public.
you know, if I didn't see that your daughter was a special needs child just by her appearance, then I would probably treat her like any other child.
What's it like making assumptions like that when you could be wrong any number of ways, when you couldn't tell physically? Autism, whatever.
You know, there's nothing wrong with asking, politely, whether it's a special needs child or not, to please stop kicking my chair. There's no insult there.
Absolutely.
Where you get tripped up is because you fancy yourself as, Clint Eastwood all of a sudden. You're Dirty Boyer.
This isn't a prison camp you're running. You're not Sergeant Schultz.
Well, when it goes on for 20 minutes or 10 minutes or however long, it deserves desperate times call for
No, it
desperate measures,
doesn't.
David.
Yeah, you're desperate. How you doing there, Wayne?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I support Boyer,
Ugh.
in that I get really sick of people having their kids kick my chair.
Who doesn't?
Scream. I mean,
But how do you deal with it? That's the question.
That doesn't make you some kind of, breakout rebel. Everyone hates that.
No, but first what I say to them is basically I complain to the mother. Say, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you have them stop kicking the chair.
Wayne,
And then,
Wayne, why do you do that? Why don't you turn to the child, call it a name, cuss at it, and bark at it orders to stop? Why don't you do that?
First.
Why don't you do that
I
first?
usually do that second.
No, why don't you do that first?
No, I'm doing that to them. I do that to the mom first, and then I do it second to the
Well, then you
child.
don't agree with Boyer.
No, I agree in theory with what he's saying. Though.
We all agree,
believe
and we all agree that it's annoying, and you want to say something.
Yeah,
but nobody else turns and curses first.
No one does,
except for
Dirty Boyer.
Well, look, I turned and gave half a dozen dirty looks.
Let me see it. Let me see the dirty
give
look.
it to me.
Let me see. Come on. Here, you're going to come over. Here, hang on. I'm going to come over and kick your drum.
Go kick his chair! Oh, it's gonna be close.
All right, okay, come on. Dave's running over right now. He's coming in.
He's now kicking. He's now
going to come in behind me.
Oh,
Really
F-bombs
familiar
to the
position
host.
from Wednesday.
F-bomb to the host.
All right.
Dave is now
All right.
kicking. Nudge. Oh, he's kicking the hell out of Boyer's seat. And Boyer is just taking it laughingly.
You know what? I can't do it. I can't not laugh.
Liar. Pants on fire.
I'm not an actor,
I
David.
feel so much better.
You're a total
I want to
actor.
do it now.
I didn't want to reenact it. I just wanted to kick a chair.
This is reality, David. I can't be mad at you. I can't quit you, David.
So now it comes out that you took it for 20 minutes and you gave a lot of dirty looks first.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're a parent and somebody one row in front of you and one seat over keeps turning back to glare at your child, don't you think there might be something going on here?
But it isn't
No.
the first thing you did.
No. They can't read your mind. What's the first thing you do on the first kick? Hey, would you mind not doing that?
Do you have a
let the-
cowboy hat on and bandoleros when you do this? Do you casually pull a bullet out of your sash and put it into your 6-shooter?
I like that. Badges. You ain't got no badges.
And then that music.
I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
I bet you just moved.
Different movie, but that's all right.
I bet you just got up and moved.
No, and he stopped.
I refuse to move.
Well, there were no seats available. The theater was full.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Sit there and take it.
You turn around the first time and ask, rather than let it build up inside you, David, and then explode into the cursing.
I had to just bring a
Here it comes.
cordless saw.
Here it comes.
Rev
Here
it
it
up
comes.
a little bit. You want to lose those legs? Keep it up!
Cordless, David. I like the way you delineated.
No
Avoiding
cursing.
the long...
Wouldn't a cordless saw just be like a saw that you just...
No.
A handsaw. You're familiar with that motion over 40 years of practice.
really understand that concept. Isn't a cordless saw the original? I'm tired.
It's a lot to take.
I'm worn out.
Well, go lie down.
DSC at night.
1015 KGB.
Shelley Dunn claims to know what our top story is today. But I query you. Do you know what the headlines will be in 2029?
I do not.
I do.
What?
I have the headlines for the year 2029.
Tell it.
You'd like to hear what's going to be happening?
I would.
White minorities are still trying to have English recognized as Mexifornia's third language. Baby conceived naturally. Scientists stumped. Iran still closed off. Physicists estimate it'll take at least 10 more years before radioactivity decreases to safe levels.
Oops.
France pleads for global help after being taken over by Jamaica. Castro dead at 112. Cuban cigars now can be legally imported, but President Chelsea Clinton has banned all smoking. George Z. Bush runs for president.
Z! Woohoo!
Postal Service raises the price of a stamp to $17.89
Oh, bargain.
and reduces mail delivery to Wednesdays. Massachusetts executes last remaining conservative. That may be the last one I tell you about. That's all I know for 2029.
Well, that's interesting.
Baby conceived naturally. Scientists stumped. Can't
How'd
figure
that
it out.
happen?
How do you do that? All right. Are we ready with this morning's half-baked crackpot news?
Indeed.
Is our top story about Phil Mickelson throwing it all away?
No, I'm going to leave that to Chainsaw, even though that was on at our house.
I'm still not
as
over it.
well. I know.
Was there yelling?
Yeah, a lot of like, oh my God, how could he,
I know.
that kind of thing.
All right. Let's hear your version of the news. Shelley Dunn?
Well, the U.S. is intensively searching for two soldiers. They went missing after an altercation with insurgents in Iraq on Friday. Coalition authorities say a third soldier died during that engagement. All three were based at Fort Campbell, Kentucky's Airborne Division. ABC's Miguel Marquez in Baghdad says the altercation occurred at a coalition checkpoint.
This appears to have been a trap set by insurgents. There were 3 U.S. Humvees. They came under attack by several masked gunmen. 2 of the Humvees sped off after the group of gunmen into palm groves. There's a lot of palm trees and date palm trees down there. The third Humvee was left alone. It came under a separate attack by a different wave of insurgents.
And retired Major General William Nash is also an ABC News consultant. He says kidnapping like this is very difficult to deal with.
It's damn hard. The fact of the matter is the pressures on a commander, the pressures on the civilian leadership, very, very difficult.
And at least 5 people are dead, 9 more hurt after a parked car bomb struck an Iraqi army convoy in Baghdad today. 3 soldiers and 2 civilians were killed, and 9 passersby were wounded. And the prosecution has asked an Iraqi court to sentence Saddam Hussein to death for crimes against humanity. In closing arguments after an 8-month trial, the prosecutor says Saddam and 2 of his top co-defendants mounted a revenge attack on Shiite civilians in the 1980s after a failed assassination attempt. ABC's Haider Hamza in Baghdad reporting.
Don't be a
Hamza. Hater.
The prosecution demands the execution of Saddam Hussein. The chief prosecutor.
This is like a person who likes the tiger cubs, but it's, I'm speaking to you now.
Tiger cubs.
Now I am speaking to you in the Islamic voice.
The prosecution demands the execution of Saddam Hussein. The chief prosecutor told the court. Saddam Hussein was then seen smiling while saying his famous Arabic term afia, meaning well done. That was the only word the former leader said throughout today's session.
Which reminds me of a story. Georgie Jessel.
And this uncovered, was Al-Qaeda planning a terrorist attack on commuters in New York City in 2003? There's evidence that might be the case. ABC News national correspondent Jim Hickey now with the story.
Since 9/11, New York Transit Police have been on high alert, ready to evacuate subways at the slightest hint of danger.
Captain, get everybody off the train, all right?
3 years ago, intelligence indicated Al-Qaeda had an active plan to attack the subways with a deadly gas. But the plan reportedly was called off, perhaps because it wouldn't have killed enough people. Many subway riders remain undaunted.
If we're going to die, we're going to die. So,
that's good.
We're going to stop riding the subways because there might be a cyanide attack.
Although officials took the alleged plot seriously, the intelligence was never corroborated. Jim Hickey, ABC News.
Well, about this,
I
New
don't
York
believe
Senator
her either.
Charles Schumer, that she would ride anyway.
I'll bet if there was threat of a cyanide attack,
You would so be taking a cab or the bus.
I'll just take the subway
Exactly.
anyway. Threat, Schmidt.
Come on.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
New Yorkers are tough.
I don't believe her.
New York Senator Charles Schumer says this plot is enough reason to restore its anti-terror funding. He and other New York legislators have pledged efforts to reverse the Homeland Security Department's recent decision to cut New York City's federal anti-terror allocations by 40%. That would be some $83 million less than the $207 million that New York received last year. And then there's North Korea. They have reportedly made preparations to test a long-range missile capable of carrying a warhead to the United States. Former counterterrorism coordinator and ABC News consultant Richard Clark said such a test by North Korea would send a strong message to the West.
I think they're doing it because their missile program is ready to test now. And as soon as it's ready to test, they're going to test it. It's a way of them sending us a message, don't mess with us.
Now, North Korea...
No, it's don't mess with Texas. Come on.
North Korea remains silent about this report. Reportedly, the long-range missile is capable of reaching the west coast of the United States. More now from ABC's national security correspondent Jonathan Karl at the State Department.
Goodbye.
In a flurry of diplomatic activity, the United States has warned North Korea, both directly and indirectly, that it would be a grave mistake to go forward with this missile test.
There are indications they could soon test the missile, though. For more on reaction from the experts, ABC's Alex Stone reporting.
2 senior U.S. officials tell ABC News North Korea appears to be ready to test a long-range missile. They say there is significant evidence North Korea plans on shooting something. Lawrence Korb is former Assistant Secretary of Defense.
I think we've got to be willing to offer them guarantees that we have no intention of invading them, and then make it clear to them that if they continue on this present course, there'll be a price to be paid.
A senior State Department official says the U.S. has warned North Korea against any missile test. Alex Stone, ABC News.
See, the key there is we think they're getting ready to shoot something.
Right.
Why are we jumping to a missile? What if they just want to shoot the breeze? What if they want to shoot us the moon? Whatever.
Well, you know, you never know. I guess
What are we going to do?
Prepare for the worst.
What are we going to do if they test this missile?
Because we already have sanctions on them, don't we? I mean, are we going to attack them?
You know, they say it's going to have grave repercussions. Grave means you're going to kill someone.
Right.
So what are we going to do? Are we really going to do anything? Or are we just going to, like, puff our chest and say, you better not?
So far, that's all we've done. You know, and we have no control over this guy, and he is cuckoo.
You know, if Japan steps in and starts something militarily, we would probably back Japan. You know, they are our ally, and Japan has said, if you guys lob another thing over our airspace, it's not going to be good.
Does Japan have some sort of military threat that frightens people?
They have a military, but it's a small one. And
We do have some bases over there as well.
And yeah, exactly, and that's our interest, and that's why we would probably follow them in. I don't know.
But if we take a direct hit, why would Japan come to our aid first? Why would they start fending off the bad guy first?
Well, the North Koreans are talking about launching a missile over Japan.
Who knew North Korea had this technology?
Well, we've suspected for a while, as I understand it, and
nukes, not missile technology.
Right.
The nuke is the easy part. Getting a missile to fly intercontinentally, David, and hit its target.
That'd be an
That's the hard
ICBM,
part.
David.
Right, that's the hard part. Who knew they had that?
I did.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
Well,
could have been Soviet
he
collaboration.
didn't want
in
to
the
cause
80s.
panic.
90s?
Shelley's domain, and I didn't want to cause panic.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, in Arizona, the problem is wildfire, and they say it's going to be quite a fight not to lose any homes in Oak Creek Canyon to this fast-burning wildfire. It's grown to more than 1,000 acres, forcing the evacuation of about 400 homes and businesses in the scenic area in northern Arizona. Sedona is what we're talking about. Oak Creek Canyon contains a mix of homes, including upscale houses and mobile home parks, as well as really nice hotels and resorts. In Houston, it's the water. They're being hit by unusually heavy rainstorms causing widespread flooding. Reporter Tracy Evans says police and fire facilities have been stretched to the limit to rescue people in trouble because of this storm.
What am I playing?
Tracy, Storm, Houston.
Tracy
flooding.
who?
Tracy Evans.
Oh.
We've got so many high water rescues going on around the city, we can't seem to count them fast enough. And the fire department says this has been so bad, they've needed to call in every single one of their rescue boats so they can get them out on some streets that can't be passable except by boat.
Closer to home, pot smokers won't have to worry about possessing small amounts of marijuana in West Hollywood or smoking it in private if their city council adopts a proposed resolution later on today. Under the resolution, sheriff's deputies patrolling would be instructed to refrain from targeting adults who possess small amounts of marijuana or smoke the herb in private. Here at home, smoking would be banned at our beaches and parks under a proposed ordinance that will be considered by the City Council today. The law is intended to cut down on litter from cigarette butts and reduce the health impact from secondhand smoke. Similar beach smoking bans have been passed in Del Mar and Solana Beach.
All right, we got to do a quick timeout here. Round 2 of the Crackpot News. Chainsaws Sports, and it was a monster weekend in sports. And the summer of 9 to 5. All coming up in the next couple of minutes here. The DSC, KGB, Q103, Bill Bottle.
Hey, I don't get it. Why would you ever want to throw your hearing aid away?
The DSC at night.
Oh, yeah.
KGB.
Summer. It's known for long days at the beach, blockbusters, family vacations, and KGB's summer of 9 to 5. Every weekday, we're hooking you up
concert tickets
with things to do this summer.
Theme parks.
Every hour.
Sky Show 31.
Every workday.
Blockbuster movies.
From 9 to 5.
And if you're a blue chip VIP, you might be driving a 2006 Jeep Liberty.
It's another incredible perk for listening at work.
From Rancho Chrysler Jeep Dodge and
1015 KGB.
Stop and go traffic is the perfect place for AC Delco Durastop brakes. They're the most thoroughly tested brakes on the road. AC Delco figures taking chances is fine with lottery tickets, but not with your car. So stop by your nearest independent service center offering AC Delco parts and have the real car guys inspect your brakes. Real car guys know. AC Delco. Don't miss the AC Delco Brake Bucks event going on now. You can get a $10 mail-in rebate on select AC Delco Durastop brakes. For a location near you, call 1-800-AC-DELCO.
Oh, man, it's hot.
Way to state the obvious.
Stop the car! What is it? I need medical attention.
Why?
I thought I saw a sign that said 42-ounce soft drinks are only 69 cents.
Yeah, there, at McDonald's.
It's real?
42-ounce soft drinks for 69 cents, yeah.
You see, you've got it too, man.
What?
Heat stroke.
I think they really just have 42-ounce soft drinks for 69 cents.
Icy cold 42-ounce soft drinks are just 69 cents at McDonald's. Cool down with a refreshing Coca-Cola or zero-calorie Diet Coke. Replenish with a thirst-quenching Powerade or tangy Minute Maid Light Lemonade. And hey, this offer is only for a limited time.
So refreshing. The heat has disappeared.
So have my brakes.
Prices and participation may vary.
Enter to win a $700,000 John Lang home for only $200 in the Ronald McDonald House Charities Raffle. Visit sdmcdonalds.com or any McDonald's for details. Ticket sales end June 30th.
Serving size refers to total cup capacity.
Finally, a one-stop shop for buying, selling, and refinancing a home. It's the Real Estate Advantage, where all real estate agents are also loan officers. With a Real Estate Advantage, you'll save money every step of the way, and they can close most loans in just 2 weeks. Call 619-334-2424. That's 619-334-2424. Remember, most loans close in just 2 weeks. 619-334-2424.
You need the Real Estate Advantage. We're gonna ride the tide to the county fair. We're gonna paddle and skedaddle, we gotta be there. We're gonna ride the tide to the county fair. We'll watch Wildin' while he's playing and take a ride on a dare. Take a promotion by the ocean and the water maze. From your favorite attractions to the latest craze of the San Diego County Fair.
Surfside
up June 10th through July 4. Save nearly 50% with the Value Pack. 4 admissions and a whole lot more.
San Diego County Fair.
I'm afraid we're going to need another stool sample.
This is the DSC at night.
Not for medical reasons. My robot needs food.
1015 KGB.
Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Radio Show getting ready to kick off the summer of 9 to 5 where you win cool stuff every hour, every weekday from 9 to 5 all summer long. EJM. What are we giving away today?
4-pack of tickets to Knott's Silk City.
Ever been there? It's fun.
I bet.
It's fun.
I went down there and I did...
I've been there as well, David.
101 rides down all of the slides when they first opened that place. I think it was even under a different name then. But
You rode all the slides 101 times? I thought it was
not
just
all
one.
of them. No. We went around until I had ridden 101 times
Gotcha.
on some of the slides.
It is fun.
Oh, unbelievably great.
Down there right next to Coors Amphitheater. Good time.
Very cool.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes, indeed. Here's the second half of the news. This really doesn't seem like a good corporate match at all, but apparently the people at Nestle are sick of losing business to people who have been brainwashed by the liberal media into thinking that thin is in. So today, Nestle is set to announce they're going to purchase and fatten up Jenny Craig.
Wrong again, liberal media.
This is about a $600 million deal. Jenny is actually a real person, not imaginary like Mr. Peanut or something. She's just a woman who lost some weight and decided to start a business teaching other people how she did it. So back in 1983 in Australia, she started the company. Now there were 640 company-owned and franchised centers around the world. They make around $350 million a year, but the exact numbers aren't always released because they're a privately held company. In an interview that will air tomorrow on CNN's Anderson Cooper 360, Angelina Jolie admits that giving birth is a lot more frightening than adopting. She says, because you're in there for the birth, which I wasn't for my first 2 kids, and you're suddenly just terrified that they're not going to take their first breath. That was my whole focus. I just wanted to hear her cry. And later in the interview, Angelina told Cooper that she gives away 1/3 of her income to charity because, quote, I have a stupid income for what I do for a living. All right. Jessica Simpson says, I love to kiss with my eyes open because I can take in the entire situation and know if I'm enjoying it or not.
Nah, she just can't do 2 things at once.
More on that article in the new Maxim magazine.
Wow. Getting serious over there, Maxim. Jim Hickey working on that one.
Woodward and Bernstein.
What were you saying, Ruth?
If you open your eyes when you're kissing, the other person has their eyes open.
It's creepy.
It is creepy.
It's weird because that's how we do it.
When you make out with yourself?
No, we don't.
We don't make out with ourselves.
Who do
We
you
make out with our customers. But we keep our eyes open.
We don't have customers.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Get off my intercom.
That was years ago, stupid.
Don't call me stupid.
Stupid.
Well, you're just calling yourself stupid because I'm you and you're me.
You are not me.
Yes, I am.
God.
Yes. Hey, Ruth.
What?
Greasy bowel movement.
Thanks. I'll go away.
Tell yourself a knock-knock joke.
Make me. Knock, knock.
I'm not.
Knock, knock.
I'm not doing it.
Do it.
Come on.
Knock, knock.
No.
Come on. It'll be fun.
Who's there?
I don't know. It's your joke.
Back to the important news now. Please.
Yeah, I got sleep to catch up on here.
Nice snore. TNT's crime drama, The Closer, shattered cable records in its second season premiere last week. It attracted more than 8 million viewers.
Oh, we love that show.
NBC News entertainment correspondent Bill Deal caught up with the show's star, Kira Sedgwick.
Oh, I love Kira. She's beautiful.
She's all right.
She's been on our show.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
We love her husband.
Why are so many people drawn to The Closer? I put that question to its star, Kira
there's something
Sedgwick,
else
who
on.
plays Deputy LA Police Chief Brenda Johnson.
I think they may have turned it on for the crime drama, but they stay for the characters.
One of those characters is Fritz, an FBI agent.
That can be just impossible.
Yeah, I like it that you're impossible
Well,
sometimes.
what if you stopped? Stop liking me?
If I was going to stop liking you, I would have done it already.
Is Sedgwick anything like Brenda?
I certainly am different in many ways. You know, certainly my personal life is more in order, and yeah, I'm done with that sentence.
The Closer airs tonight on TNT. Bill Deal, ABC News.
Wait, Kara, come back. We want to know more about L.A. Deputy Police Chief Brenda Johnson. What's that
we
character
love
like?
Kara Sedgwick.
Oh,
Don't we?
not really.
Who do we like?
She's okay.
We like her husband.
Yeah, we like
Tom
her
Cruise.
No.
Oh, he's dreamy.
Kevin
She's
Bacon.
an interesting mix of someone who's, you know, really brilliant at her job and really struggling through her personal life, as, you know, many of us do.
So why do you think so many people are drawn to the show?
You know, I don't know. I think they may have turned it on for the crime drama, but
You
they
already
stay
said
for
that.
the characters.
How about because it's good? You know, that'd be a good answer. How come
Maybe.
so many people watch your show? Because it's good.
I don't know, because I don't like it.
I don't know. Let's get really deep and come up with a dreamy, deep answer.
And there's one more cut that we've already heard, but let's... are you anything like Brenda, Kira? Come on.
No.
Come on. No, tell me.
Yes, there's a lot of similarities.
Oh,
I mean, I
yes.
think that, you know,
She's
of
a
course,
girl.
like everyone, have my
I'm
own
a girl.
issues, and I think that I bumble through without a plan. But I certainly am different in many ways. You know, certainly my personal life is.
Come on,
more
tell me how
in order,
spontaneous
and-
you are now.
Yeah, I'm done with that sentence.
You know, because I'm really
Once again.
spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly. But Kira, what about her major sweet tooth?
She's addicted to sugar, and she's got to control it, and
Okay.
otherwise it's going to control her. And you know, I think it's sort of a metaphor for her life, for all the things that she feels out of control about.
The sugar, yeah.
Do you ever notice that when people are describing themselves so often, they're like, well, you know, I'm really spontaneous. I like to be crazy. I bet you don't. I bet you're pretty boring.
And you just answered the last reporter's question that same way.
I bet you're pretty boring, actually, in real life. Yeah, I like to be crazy.
Spontaneous.
Like what? Like go out? Oh! Wow, you're like illegal. Yeah. Okay.
Former Dave Island girl Nicole Kidman has returned to her home of Australia to get married to country singer Keith Urban.
Take her.
They say
Whatever.
we're very happy to be back in Australia, and they will celebrate their wedding with family and friends. They don't
Keith
say
is gonna be
exactly
an
when they're
awesome
gonna
husband.
Awesome. She recently announced that she's moved to Nashville, where he lives. She has 2 children from her
she'll
marriage
fit right
to
in there.
Tom Cruise. That one sadly ended in divorce in 2001.
Spam and ehaw.
Lindsay Lohan says she couldn't believe the actors she got to work with in Prairie Home Companion.
Oh, is she going to tell me how awesome people
yes,
are?
Yes.
So generous, gifted, talented.
I would look at the call sheet and I would just see these actors that I didn't believe who was coming onto the set every day. It was nice to be able to sing live, and it's just one of those movies where it's always just going to be nice to have to look back on.
Name one. I can't.
Meryl Streep.
She'd never heard Prairie Home Companion, so she turned to her grandmother to explain it to her.
We don't have a radio listening machine at our house.
I wasn't aware of exactly what it was. And I spoke to my grandmother about it, and she kind of informed me on what it was about. And then they want you to be Meryl Streep's daughter in it. And my role kind of got bigger as we went along because I became friends with Garrison Keillor.
Lindsay, we want you to be in Prairie Home Companion. Well, is there going to be any cocaine in it? Or, you know?
Well, then we asked, why did you want to even be in this movie when it had such a really, old cast?
Would you turn down a movie that Robert Altman was directing and Meryl Streep was playing her mother in?
Yes. Absolutely.
I wouldn't recommend it if you were going to say yes.
Because she's a 19-year-old actor.
Lovey, you do know that Bobby Altman's directing it, Lovey.
Poor Lindsay said that singing with Meryl Streep was just nerve-wracking.
I was definitely nervous. Everyone was there that day on set.
Could barely
On that
snort
day,
my
they just
cocaine.
happened to have to be there on the side of the stage. And I only rehearsed that song, I think, 3 times.
Oh.
And they kept changing it.
Hell. That's what your life is. Hell. Murder.
Well, first, Mariah Carey staged a mega comeback, and now it's Janet Jackson's turn. She slimmed down. Janet releases a single on radio airwaves today called Call on Me. It's a duet with Nelly. Janet tells Us Weekly magazine that her album, 20 Years Old, due in September, is a return to her roots.
It's definitely on the lighter side. It's more about the celebration. It's about love, but it's more celebrating, musically speaking, what was going on musically 20, 25 years ago.
And she's gearing up to film a brand new video for the single Call on Me.
We're going to do it in LA now. We were going to do it in Dubai or Argentina, but it was a scheduling issue and having
She's
to
speaking
run out
English?
of country.
She's kind of mumbling. Mush mouth.
Things I have to do in the middle.
Turn to that kid on
shooting the video.
Fat Albert.
Not far away. And I think it's going to be different. It's going to be fun.
And then she's going to
Gee,
hit the
I
road.
wonder if you'll dance in it. Think you'll dance, Janet?
Maybe. And then she's going to go on tour.
We go into rehearsals in November, December, and it should be a lot of fun. I miss dancing, so I'm really looking forward to that. And it'll be a world tour, and just a lot.
Thank you.
And in Greenwood, Indiana, which is just south of Indianapolis, Our Lady of the Greenwood Catholic Church held a carnival when two teenage girls decided it was time to go wild. They were on a ride. The girls, age 18 and 17, flashed the guy running the ride to get him to run it an extra 20 minutes. A bunch of people saw, and the girls got kicked out and banned from the Catholic Carnival. The person most upset, the Reverend Jonathan Meyer, a priest from the church. He says, quote,
Why, you didn't see?
"It's a shame these young women
was a
didn't
girl.
know the great gift and beauty they have as women.
He was hoping the boys would be flashing.
The body is sacred and holy. We should be sad for them."
You filthy, malevolent little brat.
And finally, this morning, a few weeks back in Western Germany, a 70-year-old guy did what old people sometimes do, shoplifted. Like most old people, he thought he could get away with it because if he got caught, he could always say, well, where am I? Play the old
Alzheimer's.
I'm senile thing. Like Junior did in The Sopranos after he capped Tony.
Why don't you just stuff it in your diaper? No one's going to want it back.
Well, the guy did get caught, and the judge didn't buy any excuses, so he was ordered to pay a fine. And then he didn't pay, so the cops went to his house to arrest him. But rather than surrender peacefully, the 70-year-old bit one of the cops. Sadly, he didn't have his false teeth in at the time, and so the cop just got, quote, a wet patch on his shirt and made the arrest.
Just stuff it in your diaper. Grandpa's got the hook time it.
Keep it.
Keep it. It's not quite a blue fire anymore.
No. Marco wouldn't even touch that.
No.
Leave it alone.
That is not the most gorgeous. No, it's not.
No.
Thank you, Shelley Dunn.
Yes, sir.
Look for Chainsaw Sports on the other side of this quickie break. The Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Show. This is KGB and Q103.
KGB. This is the DSC at night.
If you go ahead and listen very carefully, you'll hear the familiar sound of no one caring.
1015 KGB.
Snapple fan Paul traveled across the world to talk to a tea farmer about Snapple's new line of white teas.
Snapple white teas are lighter in flavor, full of antioxidants, and naturally decaffeinated. But somebody, please, tell me what white tea is. Excuse me, can you tell me what white tea is?
White tea is made from baby tea leaf, and when it's lightest in flavor, we pluck it.
That's it? White tea is a baby tea leaf. I came all the way over here and it's that simple?
You can find this stuff out on the internet.
New all-natural Snapple white teas. Naturally the lightest tasting teas and delicious fruit flavors. Snapple white tea, the lightest teas on earth.
Planning a party? Then you're in the right place. Albertsons. Albertsons has a Snapple to please everyone you're shopping for. Come in and try new Snapple white tea in light and refreshing flavors like raspberry, nectarine, and green apple. For all your summer celebrations, your destination is Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
1015 KGB is your concert connection.
He's the man who was born to write love songs, Peter Cetera. Live in concert, Peter Cetera at Harrah's Rincon San Diego North, Friday, June 30th at 8 p.m. Get your tickets now for a truly special night with this Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter with full symphony orchestra, live on stage playing songs that come from the heart. Tickets are available now at ticketweb.com starting at $30 or call 1-866-468-3399. Peter Cetera, Friday, June 30th at 8 p.m. Only at Harrah's Rincon Casino and Resort, where you get Las Vegas action San Diego style. See Total Reward Center for details. Must be 21 years of age or older to gamble. Known to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Owned by the Rincon San Luiseno Band of Mission Indians. Managed by H-Cal Corporation.
Hey, Dave, thanks for coming.
Hey, Big Ben.
Hey, why don't you have a seat?
Okay.
Look, we're doing this for you, Dave.
Doing what?
Dave, I'm just going to come out and say it, okay?
Yeah.
You're not fun.
What? Not fun? Me?
You have a fun problem, Dave.
You're funless.
No, wait, I am too much fun.
Oh, Dave.
Dude, we had tickets to Street Scene and you canceled. Not fun.
Well, I had to rearrange my shoe rack, you know?
You said we'd have dinner in the gas lamp and we didn't.
Well, hello, it was crossword puzzle weekend, guys.
Dave, stop. Your bachelor party. Where were you?
I was changing the batteries in my flashlight. Guys, I called.
Oh, Dave.
You didn't get the message?
Poor Dave.
Heartbreaking.
Admitting it is the first step to recovery. Find your fun. Go to fun.signonsandiego.com by the Union Tribune. Local music, arts, nightlife, movies, and thousands of restaurants. fun.signonsandiego.com. Get on it.
Do I hear an A? Vitamin A, yes. Vitamin B from the gentleman in the back. Do I hear a K? Yes. Vitamin K from the little lady in red.
Most multivitamins sell you on how many ingredients they can fit in, but Centrum discovered it's about something more. Centrum balances combinations of nutrients like C recharging E to optimize their antioxidant power. A complete formula with 8 interactive combinations that help your body get more out of Centrum.
Calcium, anyone? Do I hear magnesium?
A lot isn't everything. Centrum is balanced and complete from A to Zinc.
Race fans, start your engines for Race Wednesday with me, Chris Boyer, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Get the good stuff. Surf over to 101kgb.com, throttle down to the contest page, get the details you need to know to win a day of racing with me, Boyer, from KGB and Napa.
The DSC at night.
Hey, don't worry. You don't have to make up stories here. Save that for court.
1015 KGB.
Cindy Pace is going to do that next hour after that. Ditch does it this afternoon. 4 packs of tickets. And you better get yourself to be a Blue Chip VIP member. How do you do that? Emily McGuire.
Go to the website.
Beautiful. Just click on the Blue Chip page. Get yourself registered. Maybe you'll win that new Jeep. Wish I had a new Jeep. I'd take my Jeep, drive home, and go to bed.
I thought you wanted a boat.
Why don't you stay out of it?
You want a boat energy.
You gotta pull the boat with something.
And that was last week.
Why don't we stay out of it?
Let's just ask.
Good. He wants everything. What'd we get him for Father's Day? Nothing.
He's not our father.
Your daddy.
Well, we don't even like him.
Yeah, we do.
You know what we wish.
Stop it with this we.
What do you wish?
You know.
What do you both wish?
There's no we. Cut it out and shut up.
Oh, well.
Finish your spot.
I guess we're just gonna lie.
The puppets are going too fast. I can't keep up with them.
We're already shifting gears.
I know.
You got a nice bed. Gonna need a manual transmission then, David.
It's king size. I'll show it to you. Come on.
Huh? Want to see it?
Let's go to sports.
I will show it. I will demonstrate it to you, David.
You listen, we'll start mumbling along as soon as you do the basketball, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You girls can take a little nappy poo now, okay?
Bye.
It'll be about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Chainsaw Sports on the KGB, Q103. Good morning.
Well, good morning. Thank you, David. And hello again, everybody. In the sports world, Padres in first place. Stanley Cup Game 7 tonight. Dwayne Wade is Superman, and at least Phil Mickelson is self-aware.
I am such an idiot.
Yeah. Leading the U.S. Open by 1 stroke on 18. His driver went wider left than Rob Reiner. His second shot hit a tree like James Dean. His third shot flopped on the beach like Annette Funicello. His fourth shot Popeyed into the spinach. And a 2-putt gave him this.
Well, now don't overdo it.
A double bogey. Allowing some damn foreigner named Jeff Ogilvy, who spells Jeff with a G, to backdoor into a U.S. Open championship. Mickelson still can't believe it.
I still am in shock that I did that. I just can't believe that I did that. I am such an idiot. You know, I couldn't hit a fairway all day. I just couldn't hit a fairway all day. And I tried to go to my bread and butter shot, which is just a big baby carved slice on 18 and just get it in the fairway.
He carves babies? I'm glad he didn't
left. And was still okay. Wasn't too bad. I just can't believe I couldn't par the last hole. It just it really stings. You know, I as a kid dreamt of winning this tournament. I came out here and worked so hard, so many days. Hadn't made a bogey all week, and then bogey the last hole.
Double bogey.
I can't believe it. I mean, even a bogey would have got me in a playoff, just can't believe I did that.
But what a marvelous, marvelous competitor, and you got to give it to him for standing up and copping to it all.
Yep.
I really like the way he stood up there.
I did too.
Good news from Anaheim yesterday. A 7-3 Padres victory over the Angels launched San Diego into a first-place tie with the Dodgers. with the day off today, and a 3-game interleague set in Texas versus the Rangers starting tomorrow. Ruth, who's in first place in the National League West?
Padres.
Oh, wow. Jeez. The Stanley Cup is extended to a 7th game. Once down 2-0 and 3-1, Edmonton can join the 1942 Toronto Maple Leafs as the only team to overcome a 3-1 deficit. Carolina will host Game 7 tonight, 5 o'clock NBC. Meanwhile, in the National Vet.
Well, this is a lovely city. You guys have trees, water. That's all good. My brother just moved to the desert, Arizona. I don't get it. He loves it. He's like, oh, isn't the desert beautiful? I'm like, maybe when they finish it. No. He's got 4 kids. I took them all to see Harry Potter. I loved the movie. They were very critical, though, because they'd all read the books. They were like, well, we like the books a whole lot better. We really like the book a whole lot better. I'm like, well, that's what you get for reading. You sit on the couch and wait for the information to come to you, you little fools. I like CNN. That's what I watch. I like CNN because I don't usually understand the news the first time, and they'll repeat it to me 484 times. It's like news for people with Alzheimer's. I'm like, I bet people with Alzheimer's watch this and think they're getting better. I think they make things up, though. I think because they throw out those little facts at the bottom of the screen, and some of them are very, very disturbing, and no one takes credit for them. I saw one that said the average human being has 50,000 thoughts in a day. I was like, well, that better be really wrong. Because it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I'd only had 4. And one of them was, does that count as a thought? So really, it was only 3. One of the thoughts was I have to move my couch, because I have a friend who read a book about feng shui, which is the ancient art of Chinese furniture placement. And if you know anyone who's read a book about this, I would suggest you not let them into your home. He walks in my apartment, he's like, oh, your couch is totally in the wrong spot. That's why you're having bad luck lately. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's blame it on the couch. It would have nothing to do with the fact that I'm on it till 4:30 in the afternoon.
Basketball Association. Is that Michael Jordan or Superman? Whoever it is, number 3 and Wade is stitched on the back of his jersey. You can't stop him, manage, or contain him. Miami superstar Dwayne Wade, scoring in every possible fashion when needed the most, gave the Heat a 101-100 overtime victory over Dallas last night. Miami takes a 3-2 lead in the finals. This after trailing 0-2, and they are up 3-2. Game 6 in Dallas tomorrow night. Game 7 would be Thursday, also in Dallas if necessary. At Other Sports, David.
I believe you covered it all, Chainsaw.
Did my best.
There's nothing left, and that was a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Well done, buddy.
It is 9:55. 10 seconds. This is your 101.5 KGB Sports Network. Oh, hi.
Well, what are we doing standing here listening to this for?
The DSC at night.
They can teach us stuff.
101.5.
My plan is working.
Your plan to piss me off?
KGB.
The Diamond Source, San Diego's finest jewelry store.
The Diamond Source has gained an impeccable reputation because I personally select the world's finest ideal cut diamonds, GIA or AGS, natural yellow, pink, and blue diamonds, the unique Tycoon cut diamond, and the most beautiful rubies, sapphires, emerald, and more, all set into magnificent jewelry designs at the best prices anywhere.
For absolute confidence, buy a Marco Levy diamond and jewelry at the Diamond Source in Old Town.
What up? It's finally here. The new ringtone from Truth. Too bad you can't really hear it. What up? With every call or text you get, the What Up ringtone signals to everyone that you're perplexed by Big Tobacco's antics. Like the fact that in 1983, they even considered a promotion entitled the Captive Audience Prison Program for their product that kills about 1,200 people every day. What up? Wow, that bleeping is getting super annoying. Get your What Up ringtone at thetruth.com.
Do you hunger for atmosphere? Do you crave creativity? Do you have a taste for taste? Then Blue Fire Grill is calling. Blue Fire serves an inspired mix of energy and originality, bathed in sunlight and under the stars. Blue Fire's casual comfort feeds off cutting-edge cuisine for a completely exhilarating experience. Blue Fire is a breezy afternoon escape, a glowing evening event, a vibrant after-hours oasis. Blue Fire is a movement and a pause. Blue Fire is close at hand, yet miles beyond the ordinary. Let Blue Fire Grill ignite your passion for living. Speak to Blue Fire at 760-929-6306. Explore Blue Fire at dinebluefire.com. Experience Blue Fire at the all-new La Costa Resort and Spa. The night just got a life.
If refinancing your home has even crossed your mind, this is your chance to take 5 minutes and learn how we helped over 600 families save money just last month. I'm Hayes Barnard, owner of Paramount Equity, and listen how the recent launch of our mortgage bank is helping our customers take advantage of lower rates than ever before.
We took out enough money to pay off our car and his truck, and we're remodeling. It's been painless, easy, quick. We love Paramount Equity.
I heard the radio commercial and I thought, wow, they saved $400 and $500. Well, I walked out of there saving $1,200.
Listen, regardless of your credit situation, grab the phone and give us one shot to blow you away with our guarantee to beat any written rate and fee structure. Make that 5-minute call right now, and I'll even pay for your home to be appraised. Call 325-2000 today. Paramount Equity's the San Diego company committed to saving our neighbors money. Call 619-325-2000.
DRE number 0138-7775.
Stop by American Shooting Center, San Diego's premier indoor shooting range and a retail store, featuring firearms safety classes for all levels, as well as San Diego County's best state-of-the-art firing range. The staff is knowledgeable, and you can even try out the large selection of firearms before you choose one to buy. American Shooting Center, conveniently located just south of the 52 in Kearny Mesa at 5590 Ruffin Road. Call 858-279-7233 or go to 101kgb.com and enter keyword shooting.
It's the biggest music event of the summer, Ozfest 2006. Happening July 9th at Coors Amphitheater, featuring System of a Down, Disturbed, and tons more. Tickets on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets. Ozfest 2006.
Toyota SUVs have what it takes. From the fun-to-drive RAV4 to the smooth-riding Highlander. From the powerful 4Runner and the 8-passenger Sequoia to the luxurious Land Cruiser. Get a great deal or a low lease at your San Diego County Toyota dealer.
You know, people phone in and make a beef. Oh, what about? Well, anything, Joe. Whatever happens to bug you, that's what you talk about.
This is the DSC at Night.
I guess it just gives you a chance to unload. You know how it is. You got a beef, you tell it to somebody, and you feel better.
1015.
Brilliant. That's just the kind of far-out gimmick we need.
KGB. Dave Shelley and Chainsaw.
S-I-D-S-C show. 1015 KGB.
Good stuff comes your way next in the form of Cindy Pace. Rocking you all the way up like no one else can. And lots of 4-packs of tickets to Knott's, Soak City. Ditch will do some of that along with his 3 songs later this afternoon. We're on the radio tonight, 7 o'clock. Anything else we need to finish with here?
I'm good.
Keep your kids out of my way if they're around me.
Yeah, the kids are... Just run.
They better shape up.
Here comes Dirty Chrissy.
Coming for you, moms and dads.
How many people have written to you about how they want to beat him senseless?
About a dozen.
You know what? That just matches up with the dozen people who've written to me saying, I support you all the way, Boyer. Just stand your ground.
Prove it.
This is one of 3 emails I get to send every week from the asylum.
A dozen?
A few.
2. And one of them was him.
That's exactly right. I am emailing me now, David.
Thanks, friends. We'll see you tomorrow at 5. I love your show.